Welcome to the first qualifier for season 4 in Decatur, Alabama. So at the home of the PGF, we are going to find out who the first auto qualifier is for season 4. Season 3 was incredible, right?
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, when we sat down, I was like, I feel like we were just here.
Yeah.
It just ended.
Yeah. It was kind of like a beautiful dream that turned slightly into a nightmare with how much we talked, We just were at the table for so long. So, yeah, it does kind of feel like we were just here. But as always, we're ready to go. We're super excited. And I think today we're going to see some really, really good matches. Now, most of the bracket is purple belts. When I look through, most of the guys are purple belts. We have one black belt in Eric Longar, who is a 2-time vet of the PGF. So, I mean, I love it. I love when the vets come out. But we have a lot of new faces today. A lot of guys looking to make their way into the real season. And I think a lot of people have been seeing how the PGF is pushing athletes' profiles out there. I mean, even just this new NFT project is just another way for an athlete to kind of build their brand and to get their, get their name out there.
Yes, and season 4 is going to be the first time that we have any female competitors. And so we have a very small female bracket today. And I think there are 3 competitors. There are 3 competitors that are registered. I see 2 of them.
Yeah, and there's only going to be 8 females, I believe. I think it's going to be 8 females with 24 155ers and then 8 under 135 females. The female participations, it's going to be much, much smaller. It's still pretty difficult to find female talent in jiu-jitsu. There's just, again, very few active female competitors.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
So,
but I think Brandon's doing a good job introducing this small bracket and, just letting the female competitors know what it's going to look like and, just get a kind of a sneak peek. So I think starting small was a good idea.
Yeah, so we're getting ready to go to the rules meeting. So you guys are going to get to hear kind of how today's going to work because it is a little bit different than the regular PGF season. I mean, obviously we don't have the point system and there's no teams here. It's just about who is here to put on a show, right? You could lose and still find your way to the PGF. We saw multiple guys lose in the qualifiers. I mean, Isaac Stackhouse was a great example. He went out, he put it on the line at all the qualifiers, almost all the qualifiers, but he was very active in the qualifiers. He had fun and exciting matches, and he found his way into the PGF. So it's not necessarily about who the best guy is here today. It's about who's the best fit for the PGF.
Absolutely, because, we're looking for exciting people that are going to put on a show. And Brandon and Keelan, if you turn their head, you'll definitely, I don't want to say definitely. I get an invitation.
I think Noah Randolph, PGF vet, 2-time PGF vet, looking to get into this 3rd season. This is his weight class. He was walking at about 164 when this was announced. So, he had about 9 pounds he had to lose. And Noah, he still got a little bit of that teenage fat on him. So he had a couple of pounds he could lose. Obviously he's in phenomenal shape and everything. But 155, what I'm trying to say is 155, very, very easy for him to make.
It suits him. I saw him this morning and he looked very slim. So very in shape.
Of all the competitors in the male side, there's really 4 names that I'm looking at to win this thing. You got Noah Randolph, you got Reese Lefevre, you've got Stephen Dana out of 10th Planet Atlanta under Sean Applegate. And so I should say Reese is a student under Geo at One Nation. And I heard rumor is that he's getting ready to move out to start training at New Wave. So he's getting ready to move out to start training with John Donna here. I'm not quite sure. I think he might actually have already left. He's just back for this tournament. So, anyways, I'm super excited to see him compete. I think Pancho Vasquez, a purple belt here, could have a really, really, really good day. But, I think the most exciting guy is probably going to be Matthew Boyles. I mean, Matthew Boyles is here.
I mean, how could he not be?
Yeah. And I'm hoping to see, I shouldn't say hoping to see, I know we're going to see some really, really good stuff from him. He's just a game-time competitor. He loves it, and it's going to be tough. There's just a couple of these guys that I'm like, man, it's going to be tough to keep him out of season 4.
I don't know. Is it possible for there to be somebody more exciting than Matthew Boyles?
Yeah.
I love watching it.
He's like the redneck version of Gary Tonin. Just like, he's just going full blast, you know. Gary's never had a boring match. Matthew Boyles has never had a boring match.
That's right.
And it's cool. His coach is here, PJ Broom. He's brown belt. And I think that really helps, you know, when you have your coach here in your corner. Matthew kind of came by himself last time. He was with his teammate Randy Roden, but you know, he's a young guy, man. He needs that guidance, and I'm excited to see what he can do today with, you know, having his coach in his corner and him feeling comfortable. He's already a season. He was a season 3 vet, and he got to participate in, you know, that mini tournament for $1,000. So I don't think this stage is going to bother him at all.
No.
Oh, we got it. Is that $300?
I think so. I was just so shocked. Womp, 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 super chat from Biasacker.
So Biashacker, you guys know, right? I'm a 10th Planet black belt. Eddie Bravo and Brandon and Mccaghren gave me my black belt 4.5 years ago. But man, Eddie, I got some beef with you. These qualifiers, they're not live. You know, whether it's the 10th Planet qualifier. So, like, dude, I'm super excited. Like, I wanted to see, for instance, like Nakaya's.
Yeah.
Nakaya she won the Medusa qualifier. I had to wait for like 2 months to see it. I think the qualifier came out after the Medusa.
Oh, it's 300 pesos?
Oh, okay. Pesos, that's cool too. Okay. I wouldn't have answered your question if I knew it. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's going to be later on UFC Fight Pass. But it's going to be a couple of months.
Yeah, so Eddie is now packaging all of his tournaments and his productions, trying to make them, you know, worthy of UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah, and that's what's really cool. Like, UFC Fight Pass is like begging Eddie for more content. So Eddie's using these extra qualifiers for that content, you know, because it is very difficult for him to just make EBI and Medusa shows, you know, especially going all the way down to Mexico. So he's using these qualifiers as just extra. Okay. Egghead throwing out the bounty. $100 on a wrist lock. That's scary right now. I got this broken hand. I think it's almost healed, though. It's been 5 weeks. It's feeling pretty good. But, I hear a wrist lock. I was actually thinking that last night. Man, if one of these dudes just goes hard on a wrist lock right now,
hand would fall off.
I wouldn't be very happy. But we actually, so the female bracket's really small today. There's only 3. But we have like a legend. A true pioneer, and you know that word like legend and pioneer gets thrown around sometimes, and it's not exactly true, right? But I'm not saying.
No, that was a dig.
No, it was not. But we have Tara Larussa, and I'll talk about that after. But we're getting ready to go to the rules meeting, so we're gonna switch and put the camera on Brandon. So Brandon's getting ready to pick up the PA mic, and he's going to let you guys know the rules for today, because it will be, again, a little bit different than the regular PGF season.
Let's go over the rules real quick. So you guys mostly know that during the season, the way that we do it is 6-minute matches, and then we score for 6 points for a kill, 3 points for a break, 1 point for sub under a minute, 0 for a draw. Today, During the qualifiers, we don't do that. So it's sub-only. There's no points, but it's totally sub-only. It's still 6 minutes. And then if it goes to a draw, then me and Keelan decide on the winner. And I want to be real clear about what the criteria is on how we judge that winner, who we think is the best fit for the show. So I highly encourage you to really push the pace and try to be somebody who's exciting to watch, even if you lose, because one person is going to get the auto bid. But we took, what did we take, 4 out of this tournament last year that went on to the season, and we're going to be looking for 14 additional people besides the automatic winners. So this is half tournament, but you also need to think about it as half like American Idol tryouts. So if you're going to get out there and sing or whatever, I don't know, but whatever you got, you need to bring it to the table. You may only have the one match to do it. So is everybody real clear on the criteria? I like to be real upfront about that. It's not going to be based on who stayed on top the whole time or who went for the most subs. The criteria is, we think you're exciting, we think you're fun, we like you. Be real clear about that. All right. As far, Matt Elkins, where's Matt Elkins at? Matt Elkins will be doing most of the refereeing. I'll be doing some of it as well. Yeah, he knows how we do things here. He's been involved in every season of PGF that we've had as a competitor and as a coach. So he'll do a fine job. South Dakota Chris, unfortunately, couldn't be here for this one. Sorry, I know y'all was looking for South Dakota Chris. If they're real simple, right? The rules are really simple since it's sub-only and there's no points. But just to be real clear, there's a couple of things I don't want to see during the qualifier. Flying scissor heel hooks. Let's stay away from the scissor heel hooks, and let's stay away from jumping guard. So if you jump guard, I'm probably just going to auto DQ you. I really, just on principle alone, because I don't want you to do it. Right? So it's a high risk of injury, very little combative reward outside of this, strict jiu-jitsu rule setting. So we just keep it out of our rule set. So we're not going to jump guard, especially during a qualifying tournament. And we're not going to do the scissor leg takedown during the qualifying tournament. All right? The flying one, if you got your hand on the mat, I'm fine with that. But I don't want to see this one here where I'm jumping in on him. Sorry about I know he had the camera. Probably the wrong guy to pick. But I don't want to see you flying in with no contact. If you're countering a single leg or something like that, this is a completely different situation to me. All right? I know what that looks like. He knows what that looks like. We're going to be the only people refereeing. So, we'll make the call. And great news is, if I make the wrong call, I only have to answer to myself. So I'll try to do you right, but you never know. I'm pretty stupid. What else do I need to cover? Pretty straightforward. Yes, it is. Thank you. The final match is no time limit sub only. So if you get to the final, you got to figure it out. Okay. So we're not going to make a decision on the winner. That's not the way it works. Y'all can figure that out. All right. Good, coach. Anybody else? Questions? Yes, so there are 3 ladies here. They're going to run a round robin. Everybody's going to play everybody. And the matches, the order of the operations is on the smooth comp. So you want to go see when is your match coming up. Those ladies' matches are kind of dispersed throughout the day. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. All right.
Okay. So listen, guys, the only thing that I'm going to be responsible for pretty much is resetting you guys if you go out of bounds. Since you've got the entire match yourself, I'm going to encourage you to be in the center, and I'm pretty much going to treat the black floor or the wood like a rope break. Okay, you get a heel hook and you roll 27 times and touch the wood, I'm gonna reset you back on your feet. I'm not playing that shit. Okay, so if you want to play to the center so that you guys can like have room to run it, you got 7,000 feet out here to do it. If you touch the black floor or you touch the wood, I'm literally gonna start you back on your feet. And if you don't know how to wrestle, then suck it.
That's why I got the gig. All right, everybody feeling good? Are we gonna get started here? Let's call it 5 minutes.
Suck it.
All those guard jumpers, they just got their heart broken.
Yeah, I know. I mean, one of the PGF iconic moments was the flying scissor leg takedown by Randy Roden. He'd have got DQ'd today. And so, obviously the professional show, the rules are going to be a little bit different. I know that flying scissors will be involved. I don't know about jumping guard. Jumping guard is one of those, like Brandon said, it's just so lame in the sense that it's so dangerous. Like if you did that outside on concrete, like you're not gonna jump guard, on the street. And I always hate being like on the street, you're not gonna do this, but like that truly is one. And the risk of injury is very, very high. Some of the worst injuries in the sport have happened from guard, like way more than scissor legs. Like jumping guard is even way more dangerous than scissor legs. So man, I've seen a couple of just disgusting injuries, but. We got Isaac Stackhouse here. He's doing a phenomenal job. He fixed Brandon's mic. Brandon's mic sounded all wonky coming over the PA system, and he fixed it. So he's going to be here. If you guys have any, suggestions or you feel like the sound's coming off, we got Egghead Warrior here to help us out. Or not Egghead Warrior, the Daily Stack here to help us out.
Oh, and everybody in the chat, Kai Johnson is here. So he is actually in Decatur. He came all the way across the pond to come visit us.
I know,
be
man.
Here for the qualifier. So he's here for a few weeks. Egghead, he was very sad that he wasn't going to get to meet you.
Yeah.
But he's just hanging out over here.
Yeah, he said he was going to wrist lock you. But yeah, we got Kai Johnson in the house. It's been really cool hanging out with him the past couple of days. He actually bought my ultra rare. Like he owns me kind of because he bought my ultra rare NFT. And so I'm going to give him a couple of perks while he's here. I told him that I would, take him out. I would give him a private lesson. I would take him out to dinner. And again, not going to stop short of what comes after the barbecue dinner, but I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to give you a private lesson. You bought my, the ultra rare NFT. You came all the way. Like, let's go. I'm going to give him a private lesson and take him out to some Alabama barbecue.
So you got, 3 of your common cards?
Yeah, I got 3 of my common cards, and I'm looking to trade those.
Yep. I have 5
I know.
of my common cards.
I'm looking to get one of those.
Okay. Trade.
Yeah, let's do a trade.
I don't know how to do it, but trade cards.
Yeah. The NFTs have been a really cool project. The cards look amazing, and it's just such a new space, so who knows what's going to come of that. But I think it's cool that the PGF really is innovating, so we'll see what happens. But I was telling right before we went to the PA, we got Tara Larussa in the house. So Tara, man, she's an absolute legend, like true pioneer of women's MMA. And like I was saying, sometimes that word pioneer and legend gets thrown around a little bit too much. Like this is a true, like she paved the way for the likes of Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey, and she fought a lot of she fought Roxanne Modafferi 3 times.
Yeah. Didn't you say she was 24 and 5?
Yeah, I think she was 24 and 5, but I know from I think it was 2006 to 2011, she was the number 1 ranked female in the world at 125 and 135. Yeah, she knocked out Alexa Davis. I mean, she fought some of the same girls that beat some of the same girls Ronda beat, and she never got her shot, at the UFC or fought Ronda Rousey or anything. But again, her first fight was in 2002. That was her first MMA fight 20 years ago.
So she was amateur or?
No, that was pro. Her first pro fight was 2002.
I didn't even start martial arts till.
That's what I'm saying. So it's going to be crazy. I'm really excited to see her. And her style and the cage was very grappling based. So she still does a lot of MMA and no gi work. You know, she's a purple. I think she's still a purple belt. She's a purple belt under like Royce Gracie. But like I said, most of her work has been MMA and like no gi. Like she's training no gi. So you know how it is. Like a lot of the MMA fighters don't really care that much about the belts. You know, she's not trying to put a gi on and trying to advance her rank, I'm sure. But yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I'm excited seeing her today. Man, we got a lot of PGF veterans. We got Lewis Collins here. We got Kevin Sherrill getting ready to coach. He's taking Sean Applegate's role, and he's going to coach a couple of 10th Planet Atlanta athletes. Who else we got? We got a few 10th Planet Decatur guys, and we got a couple of wild cards guys that I don't know. So those are always sometimes the most fun.
Yeah, so a couple of 10th Planet Huntsville people. Is Holden in the bracket, or is he just here?
No, Holden's in the bracket.
Yeah.
He's the first match of the night.
And Claire. Okay. It's just told that the bracket is going to be updated live on the website on pgfhome.com. So follow there. If smooth comp is not good for you guys, then follow on the website pgfhome.com.
I think I'm going to only start wearing peach for broadcasts.
Oh yeah, that the finale you had like a
I had a peach button up on, you know.
Sure.
Today I have my peach sun shirt on. It's nice weather.
Sun shirt.
I feel like I'm getting this is like where I'd go catch some rays. Yeah, this is like if I'm walking down Hollywood Boulevard, sun's out.
Okay.
This is the shirt I'm trying to wear. Maybe put my sunglasses, right here.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm wearing blue jeans. So.
Yeah, I would have to think that Stephen Dana and Reese Lefevre, they're the two favorites in my mind. Like I said, Noah Randolph is incredible. He's a huge fan favorite. He's right up there, as well as Pancho Vasquez. Now, I'm excited to see like Eric Longar, like how's he do? But he's only black belt here. Everybody else is pretty much purple belts. Almost everybody here is purple belt. We got a few blue belts, a ton of purple belts, and a black belt.
It'll be an awesome time for Eric to show us his offense.
Yeah.
He's definitely shown us a nice passing game.
Well, he's going against
good positions, but
he's going against the Pooh Bear, James Cole. That's his first round match.
Okay.
Yeah. So James Cole, he's a purple belt here. He's been training here, a long time. And James has really got like an inspirational story. So we got Holden Neves versus Jacob Mashburn.
So it looks like you're gonna have a bye in the first round. Then we'll go to Eric Longer versus James Cole. Ashton Newburn versus Connor Breeze. And that'll pretty much knock us out of the round of 6.
Yeah, I like that comment, Aged. Noah's still such a young kid. He, you could see him really gain confidence. I think those last couple of matches he had, his match against Elijah, where he just kept coming forward, and he almost hip switched past Elijah's guard. It was sick.
It looked amazing.
Okay, Jordan Park. I don't know Pat Scherf, but I know he's with, one of my homies, probably one of my favorite guys to follow. I love following Josh Yelverton.
Oh, yeah.
He's my favorite because he's always cooking really good steaks, and he's always sharing super funny and a little inappropriate memes sometimes. But you need those guys in your life.
Yeah, of course.
So I love following. Josh is one of my favorite Instagrams just because it's really good steaks, good dark memes, and some jiu-jitsu talk.
That thing.
But I don't know. I've never seen Pat Scherf. But again, if he's coming out of that Kazushi club, they're gonna be a beast. So I'm excited to see who's he got first round. Who's Pat got first round? Saw his name in there. Keep going down.
There he is, right there.
Oh, he was supposed. Okay, he's got a
bye.
bye now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Devin had an MMA fight just a couple of weeks ago. and he had it was the best fight of the night. He ended up taking the loss. He got knocked out, so I'm sure he's probably wanting to stay away from competition. But the fight was incredible. Did you watch that fight? Oh my gosh. It was like one of the best amateur fights I've ever seen. Both guys looked awesome, but he just ended up taking the L in that one.
So Egghead, did you get a complete set of NFTs? Did you get one of every one?
Oh yeah, I saw Chris walking around here. I saw him with his camera. I love Chris. We're always happy to have these PGF insiders. So Poncho who does Poncho have?
So guys, if you want to see the matches in order, so you can go to pgfhome.com, and then you can click on the Decatur qualifier, and that will take you to Smooth Comp. It'll show you a list as we're running the matches.
I think Poncho's got go down. He's the last match of the first round. So he's got Carson Thigpen out of Henzo, Gracie, Nashville. And I've heard the name Carson Thigpen. I believe he competed at the SGC. I think that's where I know him from. That, where we did the live, he competed at the PGF finale live. I'm almost positive. But we're getting ready to start with this first match. We've got one of Caleb McAllister's students here going against one of Matt Elkin's students. And if you're expecting Holden to wrestle, you're sure you are wrong. Look, you see him sit immediately. He's probably the only guy at Matt's gym. He is a huge jiu-jitsu nerd. Got a very good leg lock game. He studies you see him. He's got those Craig Jones. He's got the Craig Jones gear on, so he's got leg locks. He's one of my favorite guys to train with. He usually comes up here once a week and trains with us too, and I love training with him.
Comes a couple of times a week. Open mat.
So we see him. He's pulled guard. It's in this knee shield. Jacob, you saw him trying to attack the head. He's got to clear that knee, though. He's got to get that structure out of the way before he can start attacking forward.
Holden in the white rash guard. Jacob in the black rash guard.
Oh, man. Nice scramble right there. Jacob's getting the better of the scramble. Almost past the guard. Holden trying to win that inside knee position. Nice work by Jacob Mashburn. Finds himself in the mount position. Caleb's a phenomenal coach. I've been around him a few times now coaching his athletes at different events, and he's just so calm. He gives very clear instructions. He's definitely a huge asset in the corner.
Hey guys, I forgot to set a timer. This time I'll remember.
Jacob starting to get some back exposure here. Getting this gift wrap set up. Nice. That was a good back take. Switches the body triangle. This is where, the judge's decision that Holden's down, he's starting to get down pretty far. They're 4 minutes in, so they got 4 minutes left. But he's down pretty significantly now. That's what I was telling our athletes. Look, you got to assess, especially at that 3-minute mark, if it's how the match is going. Oh, he's underneath the neck. And he gets the belly down, rear naked choke. Jacob Mashburn, very nice win. So we were going to go into Devin Scoggins versus Pat Scherf, but Devin, as I said, he had to pull out. Took some damage in that MMA fight he had, so we're going to move on to Eric Longar versus James Cole. And James Cole, man, he's kind of he's feeling like an OG in the scene.
I know. It's so sometimes when you go back and look at your Facebook memories and stuff, and so and so years ago, when class pictures pop up, old class pictures, James will always be in them. I mean, James has been around forever.
Yeah, and he's just one of those guys, like, he'll message everybody in the community. You know, I've been places like San Diego, and they're like, oh, yeah, like, I know James Cole. Like, he's messaged me, like, after one of my matches. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, and he's a sweet guy. But he's got a tough match right here. This is a really bad matchup for him, in my opinion. You know, James Cole's probably going to sit. He's going to look for those leg locks. But Eric, man, he's got very, very good passing. Definitely one of the best passers from Season 3. And his path to victory is getting on top and passing. You've seen him struggle when he finds himself on bottom. His guard is definitely not as advanced as his top game. But, man, I love watching Eric pass. Expecting today to go by pretty quick. I mean, the first match, about 2.5 minutes.
I think it says longer, so did we say longar?
You know, longer. So James pulls, and this is where, again, Eric's trying to get every match to. Trying to get in here. He loves working side to side, coming over top, trying to get James Cole's head. Yeah, James has got a pretty good dogfight, but he's got to be careful here.
All right. James is touching the hip right
Yeah, one of my big criticisms for James is he's come out too hot. You know, we've seen him in his matches. He comes out and he burns himself out in like 2 minutes, and then he's just a sitting duck because his cardio's gone.
there. Right?
But I think Eric might have this darts locked up. Can't quite see from this angle. Oh yeah, I've got a screen right in front of me. Yeah, okay, he does have a darts locked up. Yeah, but you see how James's neck is folded? James needs to do it. Yeah, James needs to do a better job of getting that posture back. Oh, we got a Peruvian necktie. He gets the tap. Man, really nice Peruvian necktie. Very rare submission. You don't see a lot of Peruvian neckties.
Take longer.
Hey, this is going to be a fun matchup right here. I don't know anything about Connor, but Ashton, man, he's out of One Nation, trains with Gio, and I've trained with this kid a few times. He is very, very, very technical. He is really smooth at jiu-jitsu. Now, he's a blue belt. I think he's 16, maybe he's 17 years old.
Super fun roll.
But yeah, he's really, really good. Oh, nice. Maybe grabbed the head a little too early right there. But you saw he got an immediate elevation, and I'm going to be interested to see. I don't know much again about his opponent. Oh! You can hear the commissioner saying no slams. Yeah. I'm a fan of that. Like, if the person stands, that's one thing I liked at finishers. Like, if the person stands in the closed guard, whether it's a triangle or anything, like, we just reset.
You have to let go.
Because in reality,
You can slam.
in reality, yeah, we've seen what happened to an ADCC champion. Rampage Jackson picked him up and absolutely destroyed his life. Nice. Okay, so this is one of Kevin Sherrill's students.
Top guy.
Mm-hmm.
Connor.
Yeah, Connor Breeze is one of handsome Kevin Sherrill's, season 2 runner-up. Or, season 3 runner-up. Almost 2 minutes in. You got to give the advantage to Ashton.
For 155.
Oh, yeah.
Paid in.
He's a 135er, for for sure. He's at most 140 right now. He's looking for that scoop grip. Oh, Connor's giving up his base right here. Yeah, he's reaching for that darce inside the closed guard. That can be really dangerous because that gets that arm. You see how he's got arms across the center line now? Nice, a nice little triangle setup. Oh, a little front flip right there. A little front roll. Yeah, so we got about 3 minutes left. Like I said, I think Ashton had the better looks so far. Connor doing a good job trying to get, and he's in on this straight ankle lock.
A double.
Oh, he's got that Aoki lock. Both guys going for this heel hook. Ashton, though, very aware. He turns the heel. He's looking to rotate and escape. Nice. It's a good attack by Connor. He's on the board now. Both guys had a look. We had an Aoki lock, but that heel hook I think was a little bit more significant, like knee bar heel hook combo. Got 2 minutes, 10 seconds left. Looking to get underneath. Connor doing a good job stopping that space. But man, he's in on this far leg. Nice job. Connor did a great job right there, just sprawling back, attacking the head. Oh, I think he might have a darce locked up right here. He does. He has a darce. This is pretty deep. He might get the finish here. And he gets the tap. What a match. Really nice darce finish by Connor Breeze. Wow. That was a great match.
Yeah. Definitely an up and comer with Ashton there.
We have Ishmael Love versus Lewis Collins next. Now, I know we had a couple of guys. We were supposed to have 20 person bracket, but I know a couple guys didn't show. So I'm not sure if Ishmael is here. Okay. We got Stephen Dana versus Jacob Mashburn.
Yeah, this is the beginning of the second round. So listen, go down all the way down through this round. After Poncho, Vasquez versus Carson Thigpen, that's when we'll start working towards the match right there.
We have one of the favorites today, Stephen Dana. Stephen, a very good leg locker. I said Laker. Very good leg locker out of Sean Applegate's gym. He's looking to get this back step. Jacob did a great job, though, recognizing that. And you know, when you're going against 10th Planet Atlanta guy, you gotta be aware of the leg entries. Stephen uses that. He's on top, trying to pass the knee shield.
Jacob did collar tie his head, though. Neck.
This is interesting by Jacob Mashburn. You know, both hands committed. I think he might have overcommitted to the head right there. Yeah, and it gets him past. Just a little overcommitment to both hands being on the collar tie off the bottom position. Like, that's a little bit overreaching in my opinion. So he gets past for it. We see Stephen Dana in the hip pocket right there, stopping any inversions or any knees coming in. This is one of my favorite places to go after a pass. Just kind of settle your opponent down, get control of the hips, and then you're going to start looking for offense.
You thinking maybe more trap?
Yeah, it was so Sean, it was so fun to watch him coach, and he was coaching all his guys on, his team in season 3 to go to this position, and they were looking for either inside bicep ties right there. They were looking for Kimuras, like you said, or underhook, like back takes right here. So you see him.
Yeah. Trying to get under that elbow.
Yeah, those are the 3 plays that Sean was, and obviously Steven being one of his guys, you can expect kind of the same strategy. Ashburn, really nice work to get back to the closed guard. Man, Jacob has been very impressive today because, again, I know Stephen Dana is so tough. Really nice job by Mashburn. Got 3 minutes. Looking for that flower sweep. Steven does a great job winning back the inside space. Stands, and you got to watch the legs here.
Back to the head. Caleb and his guys are playing like that ball sweep game.
He's looking to play a little De La Hiva. Oh, but now he's in the leg lock. That De La Hiva can be tricky. Oh, this is deep. Oh, man. Wow, Jacob survives. See, that's why I don't compete anymore. I would have tapped there 100%.
I moved it to the top.
Oh, this is deep. He's trying to fight the grip, but he's in a really bad position here. Steven doesn't have the best grip, though. So he doesn't have the best grip for breaking. Oh, this is it. He's got that. Oh, man. This is what the PGF's about. So, man, that was really good instructions by Yelverton right there. So Josh Yelverton telling him, like, hey, like, we need to get the reverse grip. So let's come up. We're going to rotate and try and get that reverse grip. Man, great work by Mashburn. But Stephen Dana just relentless, and he ends up getting the inside heel hook from 50-50. That was a great match. Today's been fireworks. I mean, we could honestly just turn the PGF into these little qualifiers and just let's see guys go at it. Hungry purple belts. Okay, so we got Lewis Collins, purple belt out of 10th Planet Muscle Shoals, going against
Ishmael Love.
Oh, okay, they're at the top. Ishmael Love, who is out of, where is he out of? I think it says X3. X3 would be a school out of Atlanta. They've got a pretty good reputation. Oh, okay. One of Kevin Sherrill's students. Yeah, he definitely is out of Atlanta. Lewis popped up. He didn't have any head control. You got to keep that posture. Oh, Lewis pops that armbar, but Ishmael aware. He escapes, and man, Ishmael's just
on top. Pretty dominating. Look at
this
his
is
movements.
this is a really fun matchup, isn't it?
He's moving beautifully.
All right, I want to see Matthew Boyles versus Ishmael. Special match if they don't get to face each other today.
Yeah. Face and his movements. Amazing.
Yeah, Ishmael wins the underhook, but man, Lewis Collins, good job. But you see, he just doesn't have the control. He's oh wait, isn't like a crucifix right here? Oh man, this is crazy.
His hand trapped.
Ishmael trying to limp
Lewis.
arm. Yeah, I was gonna say he's trying to limp arm that trapped arm. Did a good job right there with his weight, but Lewis's guard's holding up. Oh, until it doesn't. That was just pacing right there.
Man.
That was just relentless passing.
He's punishing.
I was getting ready to yell at Brandon like Boyles versus Ishmael. Like let's just find a way to make that happen today, regardless of either wins. Ishmael's on top, and you can see these guys that have that high pace. It just kind of breaks their opponents. Very Ruotolo-esque. Like the Ruotolers are doing that at the highest level, but you can see it here. Like some of these blue and purple belts kind of adopting that wrestling pace and being able to keep it for 6, 10, 15 minutes. It's incredibly impressive.
It is. Amazing just to obtain that level of cardio.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
Well, you have to train like this.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Lewis in on a leg. Ishmael aware.
Just moving off a little bit too soon.
He's trying to get in. Oh, yeah, he needs to let go of this. Yeah, Lewis is in a bad position here. This is kind of like that desperate, I've got the head, but if I let go, I'm in a really bad spot. Yeah, I see he's holding on too long. Now, yeah, that was a huge mistake. And now you see he's in an arm triangle. He's going to be gassed from that, pulling on that guillotine in a bad position. 4 minutes and 2 minutes left. This is probably been my favorite match so far.
Did you say that about every match?
Teammates, Lindsay. Don't pick out my faults. This wasn't a great position here, but Lewis is kind of, we saw Evan Stapler using this defense where he's got that frame across the hips. It's going to be tough for Ishmael to come off and get that really nice arm triangle position to try and finish.
We're all just saying.
Yeah, well, he's winning the match too. And as a coach, you kind of gotta let your athlete know, like, look, you've been super exciting.
Minute left.
Yeah, good top positioning. Lewis now he's got to make something happen. He's got 45 seconds to get a good attempt. 30 seconds. Ishmael trying to pass again. Lewis in on the knee shield. Ishmael passes. Yeah, it was just the pacing. Pacing of Ishmael beat Lewis. But Lewis looked good. You know, first 3 minutes, his guard held up really well. Oh, man, that's a crazy attack right here. Trying to get a straight arm bar like Kimura. But he's got that reverse triangle position. Yeah, what a great match.
So no submission, so this.
Ishmael out of love.
Yeah. Ishmael looked awesome.
Yeah, he did. Pretty good showing for Kevin Sherrill's school there.
Oh, yeah, he looked, that was very, very fun to watch. I don't know what belt Ishmael is, but Lewis Collins, purple belt, 2-time vet. Like, I think it's also when you can beat a vet of the PGF, like in the qualifier, that goes a long way. Very, very long way, especially in an exciting fashion like Ishmael did. That's a huge statement for him for getting into next season. Yeah, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. You want to leave the people wanting more. And like right now, I want to see Ishmael have another match. You know? Yeah. Ooh, okay. We got Josh Burgess. He's been training 5 years. He's out of one of the 10th Planet schools up in the Midwest. And he's fun, man. He's good. He's probably the small, I would say, no, Ashton and then Josh are the two smallest here. Noah, you know, he's pretty big. He's pretty big at 155. He's definitely one of the bigger guys here. He cut a few pounds to make it. And Noah's already in past the guard. And this is going to be really tough for Josh to deal with.
Did you do the qualifiers for last season?
He did. Yeah, I love Josh. I've trained with him a handful of times, and again, very fun role. Man, Noah Randolph, it's funny, you know, after that season, Noah came up to me first thing and was like, I want to apologize. I'm like, apologize? It's like, oh, I felt like I should have won more matches. And I'm like, dude, you did amazing, you know? Kind of talking him through, you know, just like, look, dude, like, Octane leaked to a draw. You went at Elijah. Like, you went at him. You weren't scared. Like, you went after every single one of these dudes.
How much competition he's got under his belt now?
Yeah. Noah looking to run through that punch stroke arm triangle series. Here's kind of Chuck Mitchell, 10th Planet, Huntsville representative, kind of giving some advice to Noah.
Seconds left.
Yeah, this is where this is what I've talked to Noah about, just being a little bit more fan-friendly, even like more. Like there's times he'll just kind of get like stuck in a position like this. He'll just like cry. I'm like, no, like let's take some chances, especially in a match like this where, you know, you're the favorite to win.
Yeah.
You passed really quickly. Like, let's see you go after that sub. Let's see you take some chances. Your defense is really good. Again, you faced the best of the best. I mean, he faced Elijah multiple times now. Like, it doesn't get much better than Elijah.
It's scary when you get in a dominant position and you want to take a chance. You're like, oh, I know how hard it took, how much effort it took to get to this position.
We got the train coming through. Noah almost passed. Noah's going to be a handful today. Handful for any of these guys to beat.
Josh doing a good job with that bottom arm frame, that bottom elbow.
Yeah, I'd actually like to see Noah give Josh space. Give him space to make a mistake. Maybe reach for an underhook, or maybe, you know, extend his guard.
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
Like, no, it's way too high for the punch choke.
Yeah, but he's passed. I see Josh trying to recollect the ankle. But Noah's passed now. I mean, that was beautiful jiu-jitsu. Really, really nice work by the young Noah Randolph.
He was just threatening that punch choke to get inside that elbow.
Isaac said there should be a train bonus if you hit a sub while the train is going by.
In between the choo-choos.
Yeah, and you can hear Brandon kind of giving him that advice. He's like, hey, you should start thinking about creating movement, which, you know, he's telling him to open up a little bit. Might look for this kind of rolling Dar century we saw him hit on Mario Gayor.
Minute 45.
Egghead talking a little bit of trash about he owns the ultra rare. I actually tried to buy that, Egghead. I just want you to know that. I clicked confirm and it didn't go through because I was a noob at OpenSea. Yeah, my ultra rare is already gone, Chad. Old Kai Johnson bought it, so he kind of owns me. Yeah, Josh kind of hunkered down, and this is where, as a coach, you're like, "Hey, Josh, like, I get it. You know, you don't want to get tapped, but you got to open up here, you know, because you're gonna lose,
Got 1 minute
regardless whether you get subbed or it's a decision. You're gonna lose this match." Yeah, he's looking to come on this Anaconda, possibly switch to a Darce. "30 seconds. Oh no, looking to get into a little crab ride situation here. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Out.
Yeah, really nice. Just forward knee slice right there. Into the mount. He's going to finish in mount and pretty clear decision victory.
Noah Randolph.
Now, this is a match I'm really excited for. You got a longtime purple belt, guy that's, you know, one of the original guys that's trained under Brandon. Doesn't have a lot of competition experience. I can't remember the last time he competed, but he was super excited to get out here for this 155. So we got Corey Hill, purple belt, but going against the young stud, the what up Karen saying bad mofo, Matthew Boyles.
They're already trying to slap and bomb. Matt Elkins was like, hold up just a second. I don't think Corey's scared to get a little crazy.
I know Corey's trained really hard this past month for this. Everybody's doing a great job of staying in the center. That's how you know these guys like want to get at it. When you see these athletes in these shows stand on the outside, it's just because they're not wanting to engage.
Okay. I think Corey's wanting to wrestle.
Yeah, Corey's got a pretty complete game. Nice ankle pick. Yeah, Corey's got a pretty complete game. He's got a good guard. He's got he's good defensively. But Matthew Boyles is a handful. Really nice ankle pick, and he's in on this underhook. You're hearing PJ, the coach of Matthew Boyles, saying, "Hey, let's cook him a little bit." We'll give him the craziness here in a second, but let's just, let's settle in position. Let's keep past the guard. Corey doing a good job, though. He's almost found his way back into the half. Nice, man. Nice.
I think you're right. I think it's better for Matthew to have his coach.
Oh, he's looking for this
Control.
neck crank. The old dragon sleeper. It's tough, because when Boyles gets ahead, he's just going to keep coming, keep coming. There is no rest. It's going to be attack after attack. Yeah, you see him going for this arm bar. Corey does a great job slipping that elbow. Corey needs to find a way to slow down Matthew Boyles, or this is just going to keep happening. It's just going to keep being a non-stop onslaught of offense. It just never stops,
Cardio machine.
Yeah.
Minutes and 10 seconds.
But I'm sure to Corey, this feels like, man, this match has to almost be over.
Yeah.
This is one of those 3 minutes where you're looking and you're like,
3 minutes.
there's no way this has only been 3 minutes.
Yes. Save the craziness. His coach was telling him to hold it off. I think he said,
Unleash the beast. He's telling him to go into this kind of Tariqa Plata. Man, Corey's done a great job defending, though. But like I said, you can see he's starting to wear. He's got 220 left. But hey,
he has a seatbelt.
I'm going to say it here. I'm not commentating any more matches unless that kid's on this season. I'm just not doing it. He could even lose this match. This kid needs to be in season 4. Yeah, he's going for this arm crush right here. Yeah, Corey doing a good job defending. You see how Corey's wrist, he's pushing it into the bend of the knee. That's going to stop that breaking pressure. Yeah, you just got to keep pushing in. This is a really tough position. We saw this with Eddie Cummings and Gio Martinez, right? That was when EBIOTs went forever. And Gio Martinez got him in an arm crush, and they were there for a couple of minutes. It's very tough to escape.
Well, you got to find some offense out of this.
Oh, he might have this triangle locked.
Ooh.
Oh, he almost got that. Yeah, he's got this triangle locked. Got 50 seconds. This is deep. He's looking for the arm bar.
Keep that big chest. Drive in, Corey. Drive in. Drive in. Drive in, Corey. Hide that arm. Drive in.
Man, Corey's defense has been on point.
30 seconds.
Oh, he's going for the gag reflex. He's going for the gag reflex. And he gets the tap. Man.
Matthew Boyles. I agree. He needs to be in the season as a competitor, not an alternate.
Oh, so you're joining me.
I don't know about if I'm revolting or anything, but
I'm just saying, I'm not commentating season 4 if that kid's not in it.
Not protesting.
I don't care if it's all black belts and then just Matthew Boyles.
That'd still be an interesting season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan. So we got Josh Daddario, season 1 vet, going against. This is our first look at Pat Scherf. Kazushi Club. You guys in the comments, what belt rank is Pat? Blue, purple? Let us know.
Where is the Kazushi Club? Like, it's somewhere in Florida, right? Or is there a couple? Or are there a
No,
couple
so
of
it's
them?
it's in Alabama. It's
Gulf
really
Shores?
nice look. This is gonna be a fun match. Oh, nice ankle pick. Oh, we heard a good pop. That was on the ankle. Oh. And Josh didn't make a face. Maybe that was just an air pop.
Might not feel it yet.
He's going for that toe hold again. Josh rolling. I know. Oh, he's got to watch for this outside heel hook. Yeah, or that's an
Nice.
inside heel hook. Man,
Ooh.
man, Pat's a handful. Yeah, what belt ranks is Pat, guys? Oh, Pat's a brown belt. Okay,
Okay.
man. Well, there we go. Okay, beast. Oh yeah, Alan Jackson. This is
He's calling
is-
you out.
this is no. This is what sophisticated gentlemen drink.
Eric Longer, Reese Fever.
Peach Perrier with the peach shirt.
I'll take,
I'm ready. I'm ready to get on my yacht later.
I'll take your word for it.
I'm ready to go to Smith Lake. Get on my yacht. How dare you? Wait, you don't think I have a yacht?
It's Lake.
It's the only one. Okay, Pat clearly one of the favorites now. That would be my first look at Pat. Definitely one of the favorites to win today. Well, but I love this kid too, man. Reese is a stud. Reese is so good.
Full tournament.
Mm-hmm. Reese been competing forever. He's one of Gio's students. But like I said, I think he just moved to New Wave. I think he just moved to Austin, Texas.
Competed at the SGC, right?
Mm-hmm. Against Stephen Dana, and they had a crazy match. But Eric's on top where he wants to be. Going to use that side-to-side passing. And Reese is he kind of reminds me of like a young Elijah Carlton, just the way that he kind of plays that effortless guard. He's got really, really good triangles and leg entries.
Good look at a triangle. Getting his elbow. in.
Oh, he's looking for this reverse entry. Nice drop, turning it into a single leg X. Outside Ashi. Man, Eric Longard, though. Great pummeling and just a great job. The awareness.
Womp, womp, womp. Super chat from Egghead. Matthew Boyles killing it. James Witt is asking if you've got a helicopter pad on the top of your yacht.
Not yet.
Of course.
Maybe after
Okay, of
season
course.
4. I'll upgrade the yacht. Yeah. Buy my NFT.
Had to look at the heel, but also the knee line.
Oh, great job wrestling up. Excellent body lock, but Eric's now in on a leg. Looking for this heel hook. Just doesn't quite have the grip. This is a really good match. This is one they're almost 3 minutes in. It's been very even. I no idea who I would give the decision to. man, that was a gnarly inverted arm lock attempt. I think I might have heard a pop right there. Yeah, and you saw him kind of shake his arm out right there. Oh, he's in on this reaped heel hook. Oh, and he gets the tap. Eric had a great showing today, but I mean, Reese is tough. Reese is really, really tough. So almost through with the first round of the men's bracket. And we're going to go and pop into the first round of the ladies. We have Pancho Vasquez going against Carson Thigpen. And I know I saw Carson Thigpen compete at the SGC when we did that finale. I know when I see him, I'll recognize. Yeah, I gotta say, the three favorites, or the four favorites right now, are Noah Randolph, Pat, Stephen Dana, and Reese. Those are the four favorites. But the people's favorite is still Matthew Boyles.
Yours, apparently.
I'm telling you, I'm not doing season 4 without him.
Pancho Vasquez, Carson Thigpen.
Okay. Yeah, Carson Thigpen's not here, so Pancho's going to go on.
Okay, so I guess he's just a no-show.
One ladies match to a guys match, and then we'll go a ladies match and to a guys match until all the ladies matches have played out, and that should give them plenty of time between matches and everything. Does that sound good? Everybody on board with that? So it's going to be a little different than what's listed on the website, but not too much.
So is that the best option available? Like your first round person doesn't show, or did you just warm up and for nothing and then get cold again?
No, your best option is getting a can in the first round. Just somebody that you're like, a can, just somebody that you're way better than.
Yeah.
So then you can kind of get some movement. You can get your win. You can kind of get your lungs and the anxiety. And yeah, you hear any competitor say that the first match is the toughest. So you're always hoping that you do have that. Yeah, you always hope that you have that substantial skill gap over your opponent just so you can feel things out. Okay. We have a legend and a pioneer going against a teenager.
Is she a blue belt?
I mean, her first fight, yeah, I think she's a purple belt. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's a purple belt. So I believe both are purple belts. Got Tara on top. Kind of interested in her game. I mean, I've seen a couple of her fights. Again, she's a legend. But I'm interested in seeing her know.
Groundwork for MMA.
No. She's a very good grappler. I mean, that's how she won her fights. Yeah, you see immediately. I mean, that was very good grappling. And that's just a seasoned competitor. I mean, I wonder if, she was literally the number 1 female.
We're trying to boogie choke.
This is I think it's like a reverse buggy choke. I don't think she quite has the position here.
Right arm.
Yeah, so you can see there's really no danger right there. Oh, yeah, and you can see this is the issue with the buggy choke, too. You see she's getting smashed right here. Yeah. And look at that pressure. I mean, she was the #1 ranked female in the world at 125 and 135. Man, she's very good. And her first MMA fight was, or pro MMA fight was in 2002. Blair wasn't even alive. Still iller with the what up, Tara. Hey, are you guys excited for the women's? You know, right now the plan is 8 women, but who knows? You know, maybe it turns into like a 12 or a 16.
Excited to see who go out for the qualifiers.
Again, we have a pioneer, and I mean, when we found out Tara was like entered, it was just crazy. We were like, yeah, it's like you fought Roxanne Modafferi 3 times. Like you knocked out Alexa Davis. Like, okay, like yeah, come on, you want to join? Like, and it's her pressure. And I think most girls that compete aren't used to dealing with like, this is like MMA grappling. You can see how heavy she is. It's so difficult to just elevate, and it's so difficult to move your shoulders. I mean, look at that. That is incredible grappling. Incredible. But you're just not used to seeing that, you know, because most women that are competing, like, oh man, that's a deep arm triangle. Oh, she's probably going to get this. Oh, the great adjustment by Tara. Oh, that's so deep. Oh, okay. Tap. Oh my gosh. Tara is incredible.
Strong, heavy pressure. Nice. Yeah, it's just beautiful, technical, pass, mount, heavy pressure through your neck.
It was the pressure. The pressure is just, you're not used to seeing that in the women's division, especially at 135 pounds. Again, most of these girls aren't going to have felt like pressure like that at 135.
Being heavy is a skill. Knowing how to drive
Dana
is a skill.
versus Ishmael Love.
Ooh. These two guys are definitely very aware of each other. Got Kevin Sherrill, you know, as the coach of Ishmael.
Versus Madison.
Steven immediately trying to get in on the legs. You got to think that Ishmael's got to be very well versed in the legs. That's funny. You hear Kevin Sherrill like, hey, you can wrestle Ishmael, but, you know, he's definitely going to pull.
And he does.
Oh, a little trip right there by Stephen Dana. That was dope. Nice, he's in. Yeah, nice outside heel hook by Stephen Dana. But Ishmael's a guy I would like to see him try another qualifier.
Yeah, I agree.
Like in my mind, he didn't do enough today to earn a spot. But if he does a couple more and he has like a couple of really good matches, like he had with like Lewis Collins, he could find his way into season 4.
Dates in the other cities. So April 16th is going to be Jacksonville. May 7th, Cincinnati. May 28th, Chattanooga. 11th, Fort Myers. 25th, Birmingham. July
We're going to go with Claire
16th.
Mitchell versus Madison Masters. I'd like to take like just a 3-minute hiatus here. I want to give Claire just a little more time before we start. Yeah. 3 minutes.
Okay, we got a little One Nation representative here, Madison. A little One Nation versus 10 Planet Huntsville.
They want to give Claire some more time to rest. So.
Hey, can we talk again about Tara, though? Tara was, I mean, what are your impressions, right? Like, being a female black belt, you've been in the game, 14 years, and she's been in way longer than even you, and you're an OG.
Well, so, being around for a long time, like you have girls, MMA girls come into the gym, and their jiu-jitsu is different, and so it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to judge technique for technique because their technique is a little bit different, or their goal set is a little bit different. But yes, the MMA girls come in. If they have wrestling, they have an awesome takedown. They want to pass, stay on top, be super heavy, try to expose the head, grab hands, expose the face. And so, Tara looked amazing. Super controlled the whole time, super heavy, pressure passing. It was beautiful, dominating jiu-jitsu.
Well, and here's the thing, most MMA girls you're going to see, they may have started training 4 or 5 years ago. Like, we're talking about her first pro fight was 20 years ago. Just the refinement. I mean, you saw the refinement right there in a match against Claire. Like, Claire's a purple belt. She's been training, she started training when she was a kid, and she still is. I mean, she's a teenager. I think she's 17, so I believe she's still in high school. But you could really just see the skill gap right there. Like, hey, no, this is like this person's been training for 20 plus years.
Yeah, and you could tell that Tara was she's been here before, and so she knew exactly where to go. She knew how to dominate, keep Claire flat, and she knew exactly where to drive her pressure. So yeah, that's a technician.
Yeah, I'm now thinking back to the men's side. We see Stephen Dana. He's got 2 heel hook finishes. He's definitely a guy. I know he was disappointed in last year. Like, he I'm sure felt like he should have been in season 3. He just didn't have the best qualifiers.
He did the
Austin qualifier. I'm not sure if he did Atlanta. I know he did the Austin qualifier. He didn't have, even like Sean was saying, it was one of his worst competition performances. Okay. So it's nice to see him come out here today. He's already got 2 subs. I'm sure he's feeling really good about himself. Now he's got some tough dudes. He's got Reese, he's got Pat, he's got Noah, Poncho. So we'll see what ends up happening.
At least had a good showing. If he doesn't end up winning here. Yeah, I would like to see him in another qualifier, but I'm already impressed with what I've seen today.
Yeah, and Pat's a guy that I wasn't aware of. I just saw him come in with Josh Elverton, and brown belt. He looked amazing in his first match. I'm really excited to see him, more of him.
I really think that it's exciting that all of these guys are showing out for the PGF. I really think that the PGF is now a gateway to these larger tournaments. So it's nice to see the support from the Southeast and sending these guys to the PGF. So makes it. And I think we have some surprises about. Well, I don't know. Brandon's been pretty vocal about who's been interested in doing this season of the PGF.
Oh yeah, we've had I know guys like John Calistine, Jordan Hawley, Keith Krikorian. I know those guys pretty well, and they've kind of mentioned that they're interested, and I know they've talked to Brandon about possibly jumping in. Here's the thing, Brandon's telling everybody. I think Elijah Carlton is the only guy that kind of gets an automatic invite. Maybe in an Elkins, just because it's you're a staple. You were in season 1, you've done phenomenally each season, but even these high level guys, Brandon's look, you still got to do a qualifier. You just got to show up, and it should be easy work for you. Those are all 3 world class grapplers. But we've seen some of these some of these guys, I shouldn't say world class. We've had some national guys that do well in the national scene, come into the South and find out the level here is way higher than I thought it'd be.
Yeah. But I think that's a really cool incentive that we have, that all of these guys coming up are, purple belt level, looking to get into maybe national competition, but they get to fight or go grapple against these guys who are already on the national scene. So, really cool. PGF doing some really, revolutionary things.
Yeah, and it's my favorite part of it. Oh, and David Evers got an auto invite, you know, being the champ. So if you're a champion, you get an auto invite.
That makes sense.
So, yeah, and Elijah Carlton can't make one. He's not going to do 155. So it's kind of sad. You know, Elijah, he is the face of the PGF. So,
I don't know. You think he'll be around then?
Who knows with Elijah? He might be here just like drinking like White Claws in the corner and talking trash. I don't know.
Get him to coach a team.
You just never know with Elijah. But getting ready to start again. We're going to go with Madison versus Claire. Madison out of Gio Ortiz's gym at One Nation in Tennessee. And then Claire Mitchell, 10th Planet Huntsville. We just saw Claire go against Tara. So it's one of those things like, you know, Claire, if she wants to be one of the 8 women, like she just, you know, got dominated by Tara. And again, Tara, 20 plus years of experience, an icon in women's MMA. So no shame there, but this is a really important match for her. She needs to show out. She needs to have an exciting match if she wants to be considered. Because I think, again, they're only taking, I mean, I know they said 8 women, so I'm not sure because we have more than 8 qualifiers. So I don't know if he's doing a women qualifier at every single one of them. But, you know, it's going to be much tougher. It's not like 24 guys. You can lose and still get invited. But you got to do something special to get invited as a woman if you don't win the qualifier.
Yeah, he did say something about the possibility of having 4 alternate women. So really taking 12 women.
Yeah.
We'll see what the participation's like.
I'm not a fan if we got 8 and then we have 4. I would rather just see a 16 women. If you were going to have 12, I'm just like, let's go ahead and get 16 and just have them all, you know, them have 12 matches against each other. We see Claire pull Madison right in on the head. Nice sweep. Oh, okay. We got a leg lock battle. Oh, nice slip right there by Madison. Oh, I think Madison's getting the advantage here. Wow. Claire just had a deep bite right there, and you saw Madison just... Yeah, she hasn't slipped her knee enough. So you see, there it is. Now she slipped it. Now Madison's got the big advantage. You see how her leg slipped? But that foot, she was going for this outside, that 90-10 position.
So Madison comes up to the top.
Yeah, trying to stack in, it's really tough trying to stack in, but girls especially, you know, their hips are so flexible, they can kind of put themselves in these weird stacked positions with their legs.
Again on the legs.
Oh, that's a tight straight ankle lock. Madison, oh, this is an Aoki. The Aoki can get nasty. Oh, no, she should have kept it in there. Oh, Claire made a big mistake. Yeah, you see how Madison's trying to pull her leg out? Claire should have turned that into an Aoki lock. That's way better braking power, or way better braking pressure. Oh, now Claire's exposed. Claire's got to be careful here. But these girls just look like they're not going to tap.
Madison doesn't have hip control. She's not.
Oh, but she's got belly down right here. Oh, she needs to get like a reverse grip. That's a crazy match. How do you call this match?
I don't know.
I mean, we're almost 3 minutes in, and both girls have had significant looks at leg locks.
I say abandon the legs and chokes.
Nah, this is about bright. Ooh, this is deeper. Oh.
I heard something crunchy pop.
Yeah. Oh, she might not be able to continue. Now he's just got Tara up next. The yeah. Yeah, Tara might have just won this bracket by default. Beat Claire. And again, I'm not sure how Madison's going to be able to continue. Oh.
Yes.
So these guys had a match. Okay. So we have Noah Randolph versus Matthew Boyles. If you're a fan of the PGF, you already knew. You knew what's up when you see these two young guns going at it. Now, here's the thing with Noah. I want to see Noah having it. Like, let's just not get in close guard. Like, let's try and open it up. Let's go for a sub on Matthew Boyles. Because we know what Matthew's bringing. I want to see Noah kind of put it on the line a little bit more and go out there and take some chances here.
That's what Noah needs to work on next.
Just for this format. Now, his form, like MMA and just like grappling in general, no. But I think you should be able to do both. I think you should be able to kind of open your game up, you know? Man. Okay.
I don't know if y'all heard that or not, but Madison is going to wait till right before her next match to decide if she's going to continue.
I mean, it's tough, like, because you do have like Tara dominated the person you just lost to, and you're coming in there. I mean, we heard that pop. It was pretty gnarly. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. So you're gonna be coming in kind of hobbled. We'll see. But you got to respect the warrior spirit. But sometimes you got to tell your student, like, hey, let's just like live to fight another day. Like, ooh, Pat versus Reese is a crazy match. Yeah, the commissioner told all the competitors, make sure you're ready. You know, there's not very many left. Noah looking slim at 55.
Oh, he does.
Noah looks good at 55, man.
Hey there.
And, you know, for the high-level competitions, of course, he's way undersized at 170. He would need to get on that acai. That acai. No, he needs the protein. He needs the acai, not the protein.
A little bit of horse meat.
Yeah, so we're going to start finding, ooh, nice double leg. So we got Boyles on top. All right, they're going to reset in the middle here. Matt trying to pass the knee shield.
5 minutes and 4 seconds.
I think Noah drinks peach Perriers.
No. Hard here.
Oh, Boyles did a great job, though, getting to that combat base. I've been talking to a lot of our athletes about that. It's just constantly like making sure you got that knee so people can't just hold you in close guard.
Wallace says that Noah should get on whatever Josh Yelverton's on.
Oh, nice flower sweep. And this is where, because you can hear PJ saying, up, like we got to get like, he can expose. There's going to be some exposure here. Oh, he's going for the punch choke.
We live here now.
Noah's so good though. Oh, Noah's looking for that Dars. I mean, Noah's so good at like floating leg locks. Again, he's been against the best. He's not going to be worried of Boyles leg locks when he's felt, Kevin Buring's and Elijah's. Oh, this match is turning out to be everything we wanted though.
Minutes and 40 seconds.
Noah's looking to square back up. He's going to start sprawling here. Oh, and now he's going to get the same sweep. And Matthew Boyles gets the same sweep that Noah got.
He's got a guillotine.
Noah's very, very difficult to choke. Noah does a good job getting back in. See Boyles going for that high elbow. Nice. 3 minutes, man. This is a great match. Both guys have scored. But look, you see, right into that combat base, and now he's looking for a heel hook. Boyles is going to be tough to beat in this format. Nice. Now Noah needs to get up right here. You got to get Boyles on his back. Yeah.
Yeah, I know he needs to come up faster.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Noah's in on the head. Noah's in on the head. Oh, he's got this Dars.
Yes.
Oh, he's got this Dars. Oh, Boyles just finds the posture. Noah tried to finish a little too soon. He should have used that Dars. He should have like rolled over.
2 minutes.
Yeah, he's getting deeper, but man. Yeah, he needs to keep his Oh, this one's deep. This one's deep. Oh, man. But Noah's starting to get ahead right here with those two really good Dars attempts. If he can stay on offense, but I mean, he's still got 2 minutes, and this match has been back and forth. Oh, he's going for the anaconda. He's got the roll. Oh, but Boyles finds a way out. Minute 30. Oh, Noah's trying to wrestle up. Oh, but now Noah's in a Dars. I mean, man. I mean, this is the match I wanted, though. He's got to watch this neck crank right here. Boyles did a great job in his first match using that neck crank to attack. Oh. Noah might start looking for like a... Oh, man. No. Oh. He takes a shot. That might have been a... Oh. So you know he's going to take a shot. So it's going to come down to Noah get the head or counter wrestle here, or is Matthew Boyles going to get the takedown? Oh, nice. Snap. And he's in on the Dars. I think he might have that one.
25 seconds.
I think he might have that one. That's deep. Yeah, but this is probably going to get him the decision because, again, before that, it was like, who won this last 30 seconds? Oh, that's deep. Time. But I think that's going to give him the decision.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because before that, again, last 30 seconds, that was anybody's match. But, yeah.
with my partner on this one.
Yeah. To me, even the last 30 seconds, though, I mean, you know, he ended in a choke. So.
I mean, they were both so offensive. I mean, I would just have to say, I hope it's not my bias, but like, no, I had more offensive attacks.
No, it's hard to argue. I mean, the last sequence was probably the most significant sequence of the match. And, you know, it's kind of like the guy that ends the round on top. Yeah. Like, you know, hey, because you always hear in the MMA, like, you got 20 seconds left. Like, whoever wins these last 20 seconds is probably going to win the round.
Yeah.
But both guys, what I'm saying, hey, look, dude, Matthew Boyles, it don't matter because I'm with you. If you don't go, I'm not going. So don't worry about it, brother. Don't worry about it. You're in. Unless I'm out.
I mean,
if I'm out, then I'm without a job.
Both of these guys have been in the PGF and still giving us exciting matches. Yes, I mean that needs to be in the PGF regular season.
Yeah. I mean, both these guys are going to be in. They're fan favorites. I mean.
All right, we got a winner. But we're going to invite both guys, but Noah Randolph is our winner.
So they're.
You got the first
season.
There we go. All
right, so you're doing commentary with me.
half the people listening are like, damn, I was hoping for a new commentator.
So you heard it. Matthew Boyles has an auto invite, as well as Noah. So apparently he said Noah's going to be in.
I mean, he's a fan favorite. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tough. And again, they just put on that match. It's tough to say, hey, those are the type of guys we want in the PGF.
Oh, I know. Absolutely.
And it's cool because they're both so young and we're getting to see their development. So, yeah, I mean, there's 24 spots.
Womp, womp, womp. Super chat from Stephen Aiken. Let them both in.
Yeah, see, Chad knows what's up. I love Chad. Chad said he's coming down in the next couple of weeks to get some more training in. We hope to see you soon, Chad. But we got, man, this is going to be a crazy matchup.
Not many matches. Guess we're putting that Madison and Tara match at the very end.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's after this one.
Okay.
Oh, nice job by Reese trying to get in on the head. Oh, he's trying to come in on this anaconda. That was a really good job attacking the head to pass the guard. One of the best ways, you know, you saw Josh Hinger use that at ADCC against Thor. He just kept like attacking the head. Like, oh, you want to try and get under me? I'm just going to flip over. Oh, this is deep. But Pat does a great job taking it. Trying to, oh, nice job defending that high elbow. Oh, but now Reese had such a great attack. Oh, man. That was a gnarly pop. You hear that pop? Okay.
I heard the slap.
You heard the pop?
When he tapped. The slap was red. Yeah. I'm hoping that was only.
Dude.
Here's the situation with the ladies' matches. Madison is not going to continue moving forward, so great job. Let's give her a round of applause. So what we're going to do is we're going to run Claire versus Tara again. If Claire wins this one, then they're going to have a final match, best of 3. So we'll determine if Tara wins this next match, then that'll be the end of it because she'll have begotten you twice. All right? Sound good? All right. We're going to run the next guys match right now, though. Then it'll be Tara versus Claire right after this match. And this match is going to be, hold,
Man, Reese is such a beast. Ah, man, if I had to pick, I mean, Reese was probably my favorite coming into today. It's like the guy that, like, okay, if they run this bracket 10 times, I think Reese wins it more times than any of the other guys. But there's definitely, just like that PGF finale, I mean, yeah, we saw...
this is Poncho versus Connor.
We saw David Evers have an incredible performance, but, you know, looking at that bracket, I mean, you know, I could have seen a few of those guys winning, and they have it 10 times. I don't think David wins every single time, and I feel the same way about today.
Womp, womp, womp. Super chat from Egghead Warrior. He's contributing towards Matthew Boyles' qualifier fee.
Oh, nice snap right there by Mr. Breeze. This is where Poncho does his best work.
Egghead, I don't think there's going to be another qualifier for Matthew Boyles. I think he told him, the commish told him he was in.
Yeah, he is in. Oh, nice rubber guard work right there by Poncho. Nice work by Poncho. And this is where, like, Poncho's evolved, because in the past he would use that sweep and you saw him look at the legs, but he would have jumped on the legs. Oh, he's in on the punch choke.
That'd be good.
Yeah, Poncho needs to be careful about burning his arms out here, but he's in a great position.
Alan Jackson, I think there's a bracket on pgfhome.com. pgfhome.com. Mm-hmm. And also in the Discord.
Yeah, Poncho could be a fan favorite. If he finds his way into the season, he could be a fan favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Poncho is super exciting to watch. He
Nice.
does not run away from anything.
Poncho Matthew Boyles match would have been crazy too.
Man, yeah.
Looking for this Kimura grip right here. Connor's got to be careful. He's got 4 minutes. Oh, man. Poncho with some crazy transitions.
Keep the leg safe. Got the foot inside.
Yeah. But this is where Poncho's really good at legs, too. Yeah. Nice. Man, Poncho looking strong.
Oh, I love watching Poncho compete.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Nice. He's fun. You know, Poncho's gonna start thinking about counter-attacking here. Connor looking to attack that outside heel hook.
Almost.
It's almost cleared the knee line. He clears it. So Poncho's out. 3 minutes.
Got a jumping guard.
And that's more like a flying triangle attempt. The jump guard to me is when you throw the hips at your opponent.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
And like close your guard.
Yeah. It's the throw of the hips. That was like a flying triangle attempt. We see Poncho going right back to his closed guard. 2 minutes. This has been a crazy pace. Poncho looking to win an inside position. Minute 30. Yeah, it was good. Good by Kevin Shores. I had to stay on the feet. You know, we've been winning. This is important because Poncho's definitely, in my mind, winning this decision. You know, he really has had the best offensive looks.
He's got a minute left.
But yeah, you can lose your match in the last minute because he didn't have any serious threats. Really nice job finding his guard again.
"45 seconds. "30 left on the clock."
Yeah, Poncho did a great job with his guard right there. Yeah, I think, in my opinion, Connor's got to do something right here. He hasn't really had any offense. He had one look at a leg, but yeah. Ooh, this is deep. Man. Well, that's going to make the decision tough.
Go Poncho.
It was a tough one, you know. Again, Poncho dominated the first 3 minutes. And then it was Connor trying to catch up. It was close. That leg at the
Poncho kind of
attempt.
pulled guard a little bit or sat.
Close match.
Played on the bottom for a while.
I want to see both those guys, both the Kevin Sherrills guys, in at another qualifier.
We are doing one in Atlanta. I did say Atlanta, right?
Ladies, you're up.
August 20th.
Here we go, rematch.
Four in the men's bracket looks like this. Stephen Dana versus Noah Randolph, and Reese Lefevre versus Poncho Vasquez. So Stephen and Noah will be the next match.
Stephen Noah is a banger.
Just 3 matches left.
Yeah.
But the championship match is,
No time limit.
let's see. Well, I say I wouldn't suggest Claire sit, but that might be her entire game.
Yeah.
Sarah finding nice grips.
Now, this is where you got to wonder with the MMA grappler is what's their leg locks like. Oh, Claire getting stacked up. She's trying to invert.
Good knees inside. Able to figure 4 legs.
Oh, man. Tara's on. Tara's got good leg positioning. Yeah, if I'm Tara, you know, she had a look and attack right there, but I'd want to get out of here. You know, like you saw Claire, her best bet to win is going to be from the legs. Yes, excellent work by Tara. Now, this is going to be Claire, she's grasping for straws right here. You can't go through. You can't go through that. Tara's got just a great cross-face position. She's just wasting energy here.
Tara very heavy on that knee. It's
Yeah.
incredibly hard for Claire to be able to pull it off the ground.
It's the arm. It's really just that cross face right there. It stops all attacks on that scoop grip. And so if Tara's just patient here, she can really start to wear. Yeah, because you can see Claire, like her head, she's like pulling against her head positioning, which is, yeah, I mean, that's not the best. Yeah, I mean, she needs to let go here.
She's got it.
Well, she's going to have to let go at some point. Yeah, you see, like she's attacking now a great popper right here. This is a real choke right here.
Her arms.
This is a real choke. Yeah. Yeah, this is a real choke right here. And Tara's bad. She's very good. I was glad I got to see her in a little bit of legs, kind of see how, and Claire's got pretty good leg locks. That's kind of her game, and so she ended up there, and she did a great job of stacking.
And 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
Yeah, she needs to be a little bit more disciplined on defense. Her arms are getting a little bit out of position. She's got to be careful. We saw Tara last time tap her with the arm triangle. Doing a much better job with her elbow position. But this is where, the judge's decision, Tara now clearly up in the judge's eyes. Minute 45.
Sure that you guys go in and join the channel. So I think you have to go exit out of the chat, and then there should be a join button underneath the video. Join the channel. As you can see, Kai Johnson there has got some bread emojis, so you get some benefits there with joining. Have some exclusive videos, access to podcasts.
Okay, Claire does a good job surviving, finding her guard.
One minute left.
I always feel like this is the hardest place to deal with an MMA fighter, is the closed guard, because they're just so used to being there in MMA fights. And they do so much training there that they're just so good at stacking and winning and controlling the hips. Yeah. Got this stack. Nice job by Tara. Oh, he's got big. Oh! What a back take attempt. What a back take. That was disgusting. Oh, now she left herself. Oh, yeah. This is deep. Oh, my. What a back take. Oh, snap. That was so dope.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to see Claire do another qualifier. Looked great in her match against Madison, but just outclassed by, again, a true veteran, pioneer, and legend of the sport.
Yeah. Maybe at the Birmingham qualifier. Pretty close. On now, or do you want?
Oh, there we go. There's our first woman in. Tara. And dude, that was so sick. What a back take, man. But we're getting ready to go into our semifinals, and we've got our final four. We've got Stephen Dana versus Noah Randolph and Reese versus Poncho. Noah's faced so many Kazushi clubs guys now, like with the PGF. I mean, he fought Kevin Sherrill, he fought Kevin Buring, he's fought Elijah Carlton a few times. So he's going to be very aware of what Steven's trying to do. So it really comes down to, in my opinion, like, can Steven get it on the legs or can Noah pass? If Noah passes, he's going to win and get on the head. If Steven can get it on the legs, he's going to win.
Like that Noah's already low, passing low.
Yeah. People want to scaff out of context compilation. Yeah, it's not a good
idea.
Oh, really nice entry right here. Nice. Great job pointing his toes. Nice, and he gets the tap. Man, Steven Dana's bad news.
That's beautiful.
Very happy for Steven, you know. He went down to that Austin qualifier and, again, just didn't do the jiu-jitsu he wanted to. And I'm just so happy to see him come here and put on a performance. I'd heard Steven's name, and I hadn't seen him compete. I was very aware of, a couple of that Sean's guys. But Steven was just a name I'd heard, like, hey, look out for this kid. And I've watched him over the past couple of months. I've seen him a few of his matches, and the kid is very, 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 very talented. But here we go. We got Poncho versus Reese. So we got One Nation here. And I love watching One Nation guys compete. Gio and their professors up there just do such a phenomenal job. Always have beautiful, fun jiu-jitsu to watch. Reese, we're going to see a little bit of wrestling here. I can at least confirm an auto invite for Matthew Boyles.
I heard Brandon say both in, but I don't know if I'm supposed to hold him to that or not.
Nice ankle pick. This is deep. Oh, this is deep. This is deep. Oh, this is deep. Poncho's got to be careful. Oh, man. Reese is a beast, man. Really good match. But we're seeing a rematch. This was SGC. Steven Dana versus Reese Lefevre. And probably the best match at SGC, other than what we saw in the PGF. But, like, of the SGC competitors, this was probably the best, like, most technical match. And we're going to see it again in the finals to see who gets that auto invite. But honestly, both these dudes should also be in season. Like, I think both these dudes are pretty much invited.
It's going to be difficult to...
Is the final. It's going to be Steven versus Reese. We're going to take a 10-minute break before we do the final. I want to give these guys enough time to get their breath back underneath them. So go visit our lovely water. We don't have much else. So anyway, if you want some water, we got it.
Our raids.
It's going to be difficult to pick 24 competitors, I think, this season, because we are already here at the first qualifier going, yeah, that guy should be in, and that guy should be in, and that guy should be in. And then we're talking about people like national level competitors that are wanting to get in. And then we still have, 9 qualifiers left?
Well, here's the thing. You want guys that you know are going to do it, right? And so that's why a guy like Noah, he's a fan favorite. He puts on incredible matches. So, yeah, he won 2 matches today, lost his third to Steven Dana. But we know he's going to be here. We know he's going to show up, and we know he's going to bring.
Yeah.
You know, because there's been guys, tons of guys, and they're like, hey, I want to do the season, and they're kind of crickets when it comes around. And it's not because they're scared. Maybe they just choose to do another event. Maybe they choose, like, Nicky Ryan was supposed to do this EBI, but he backed out or he dropped out just so he could do a who's number one match. You know what I'm saying? So, like, some of these national guys, it's like, oh, yeah, I want to do the PGF, but in their mind, you know, they'll do the PGF, but maybe it's like, well, what if who's number one calls during that week? Well, then I'm just going to drop the PGF. And so it can be kind of tough. So, yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of glad I don't have to pick. I'm going to be in.
Well, and I'm also, so Wall J's right. Like, dude, there's 9 I hear you. But I just imagine, like, there's going to be a couple of qualifiers, like one at Stephen Dana's gym in Atlanta. So I just imagine both these dudes, like Reese and Steven, or like, even if they didn't get the auto invite, we'll see them at another one because these guys are competitors. And regardless of, like, them winning or not today, I'm sure they both enjoyed getting multiple matches. You know, coming out here, getting 4 or 5 matches, being on the live stream. So.
Yeah, and pretty high-level matches. I mean, you know, competitive matches.
So.
Yeah, I mean, Noah's got his own NFT already. What is it you always say? He looks like an Abercrombie model.
Dude.
On his NFT.
He does, dude. He looks like he just got done working at Abercrombie. Like he just got off shift at Abercrombie with the jean jacket and the high tops and the crucifix. Dude, he looks like he's got that pouty face too, you know? He does. He's just got a naturally pouty face. He does.
That's one of your out of context clips. It's just pouty face.
Yeah. And the thing is also, and it's like the PGF is also about who we like to work with, or not we, who they like to work with. You know, we don't work with anybody. We just sit here in our own world. Yeah. And yeah, right. It's debatable how much you like me, but
some days more than others.
Yeah, I'm sure, but yeah. So the PGF isn't about, again, like getting the best competitors. It's about, again, getting the people right for the show. I mean, we saw that who's number one event, the last one. It was absolutely terrible. It was just terrible. But you know, Craig Jones comes here, he's going to win every single one of these matches easy. But if you get Craig Jones, if our season was full of Craig Jones, Elder Cruz, Nikki, like those matches, those types of matches, I mean, I don't want to commentate that.
Yeah. And I mean,
I don't want to watch that.
Last season, we probably had more draws than we've ever had, just because the discrepancy in talent was not as, there wasn't.
Yeah,
You know,
and you've also got to expect more auto invites for the Decatur qualifier. This is home base, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're willing to travel to Decatur for the qualifier, it means you're also probably willing to live in Decatur for a week. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So at Austin, it's like, yeah, how many of these guys can we convince? Like, we're in their hometown. But, like, how many of those guys are actually willing to, like, fly or drive to Decatur, Alabama for a week?
I would think that would be implied when you go and compete at this.
You know,
you think they're just using it for like a tournament? Or
I mean, yeah, it is. It's like, oh crap, there's gonna be 20 dudes grappling today. Like, I'm a blue or purple belt. Like, let's go. They don't have any expectations, and maybe they get invited, and it's like, I mean, we saw with season 1 how many black belts dropped out of season 1. Like 4 or 5. No, there was like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I can only think of 3, but yeah, there were a lot.
Yeah,
and they were fairly close.
Yeah. Well, I'm even talking about just people that like said they were going to do it and then didn't do it. And then people actually dropped out during the season. So, you know, that's the most frustrating part as a promoter. You know, you talk to any of these guys, whether it's the finisher guys up there, JM and Zach, or, you know, Josh Leduc at Zapatero, like, yeah.
Eddie, like, trying to fill, like, these EBI, CJJ, Medusa brackets and stuff like that. And
that's why you'll see a lot of familiar faces, because he knows when he calls these people, they will show up. So it's like Nicky Ryan. Like, he had Nicky Ryan on the poster. It was like Rutolo, Nicky Ryan, Nathan Orchard, and maybe Dante Leon. I think it was the 4. But like for months, Nicky Ryan's getting this free publicity of, he's going to do this EBI, and he just drops out,
Yeah.
And again, I'm not,
Yeah.
So
See, it's good for Nicky Ryan that he's getting multiple, competition opportunities, but it stinks for these promoters and people who are trying to run shows. Yeah.
And luckily, Nicky, again, like he dropped out way before the event. It's been you at least gave him a couple of weeks, but even a couple of weeks, you're trying to get the best, like EBI's trying to get the best 16 sub-only guys. It's really hard to do on short notice, and so, you're giving opportunities sometimes to guys that, maybe aren't the best 16 just because they're reliable and they put on fun matches.
That's an awesome opportunity for that guy, because he might not have gotten that opportunity otherwise. So he needs to show out and be able to put his name up there on the national level.
Well, Matthew Boyles, he did multiple qualifiers last year. He came here and was an alternate, and he just sat and watched other people compete until he got his chance at the Battle Rama. Like this dude's down for the PGF.
Oh yeah, and then put on probably the show of the season.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, his and Josh Gibbs' match might have been like the people's favorite match. Was it the most technical match? No, but it was an insanely fun match with high consequences. I mean, $1,000 was on the line.
It was so much fun to watch.
Oh, dude, I mean,
it's just us being stressed out over here on the side.
I'm telling you, the Battle Rama. Oh. So I'm going to be joined here by, again, a pioneer and legend, Tara Larussa. Tara, it was an absolute pleasure to watch you compete today. You looked absolutely amazing. Let me first say, we were very honored to have you here, being, just a pioneer and a legend in women's MMA. And first, what interests you about jumping into this season of the PGF? How did you find out about it, and what made you want to do this qualifier today?
A random post in a group that I'm part of on Facebook. One of the guys that I train with, who also runs Toro.
Okay. Yes.
Toro Cup. He posted it in the group that I was in for the Southwest, and I was like, this looks interesting. So I read a little bit into it, and I was like, submission only, bring it, let's go. And I've done 2 SUGs this year. I took 6 years off, 7. I took 7 years off, wild, right? I'm 44, and I'm like, you know what? This is my world. This is where I belong. So I'm back. And I saw it, and I started reading up on it, and I started watching kind of some of the other seasons. I was like, dude, this is cool.
It's going to be a Kumite style, which is way cooler than a bracket, right? You're going to end up facing all of these girls, and you're obviously the first girl in, and I know that there's going to be some other, really, really good women that jump in. So, I mean, your first MMA fight was pro MMA fight was 20 years ago.
I know.
It's wild. I mean, I don't think anybody in here has been training longer than when your first pro fight. I'm a black belt. I've been a black belt 4 years. And you fought MMA before I even started training. You know what I'm saying?
I'm only a 4-straight purple belt.
So what is that about? Right? Because I've seen some of your fights. Again, obviously, you're a name that people should know if they're truly an MMA fan. But you're mostly doing no-gi and MMA training? Are you mostly a no-gi, training the
yes.
no-gi?
So what happened was I got up with Team Rock, which is a Hoist Gracie school back in 2001, and I was with them for a long time, and then I got to 4-stripe purple, and then in MMA my fights were increasingly getting harder, and so I left, but I knew that I wanted to stay under my lineage. So while training at a lot of these other different schools, I did not accept rank from any other professor, because I knew that I was going to stay under Hoist. I was going to stay under Turken up, that dude that has always trained me. So finally, a year ago, when I got back into things, I went back to my original, and I'm back training under the Hoist Gracie system, and back in jiu-jitsu, and I'm just gonna wait to get evaluated. And
So what you're saying is you won't accept a brown belt from me right now.
No, I'm sorry, but thank you.
No, you looked amazing today.
Thank you.
We're in this finals for the men's match here, right? We have Reese Lefevre, both young guys here.
Yes.
One out of 10th Planet Atlanta, the other out of One Nation in Tennessee. Who's impressed you, like, of the men's side of the bracket? Like, what have you enjoyed any of the matches? Like, who's been your favorite guy so far?
Oh God, so good. Everybody's really great. I love watching it. This is a whole new world. I was out of the sport like almost completely 6 years. When I came back, everything has changed. This is really a leg lock world now. So even when you're first going into a gym, in the very beginning when you start, your fundamentals look vastly different than the fundamentals that I learned. It's just a whole new sport now. It's really amazing to see. I love it. Like, look at them. Like, this is like a chess match. Like, one guy's working for a submission, and the other guy's evaluating to see what he needs to do next. Is he going to just straight defend, or is he going to go for one of his own? It's awesome. It's so fun to watch.
Yeah, and like you said, the fundamentals have changed because both these guys are purple belts, and you can the leg lock knowledge though is, I mean, higher than a lot of black belts.
Oh, it's like a sport of their own. It's amazing. At my gym, we have a purple belt who is a leg lock guru, and he teaches his own 1 hour class on just leg locks twice a week. He's amazing. I love him. Shout out to Juicebox. Love you, boy.
Well, Juicebox definitely helped you in your match against Claire because you saw, especially in the second, like Claire's second match against Madison, I mean, she popped her leg pretty significantly.
Yeah.
And you ended up in the 50-50 and you navigated it well. How much leg lock training have you been doing over the past year?
A lot. Like, I've done a lot because I really want to catch up on like what's going on in the sport now. I don't want to be like that old head that comes in and is like, I'm just going to go with the old school stuff and smash you. No, not cool. But I am going to keep true to what I know. So I have been trying to catch up on all of this new cool stuff that the kids are doing. I know leg locks and knee bars, heel hooks and toe holds and all that stuff, but it was never really something I focused on. Now I'm really focused on it because I want to know the entries, I want to know the defenses, I want to know all these wild new guards that everybody has come up with. It's crazy.
Well, this is a no time limit match, and what is that like? How does that change? Like, have you ever done a no time limit match? You ever like rolled no time limit? Like, what's the most important factor in a no time limit match? Because it completely changes the game.
Oh, it does for sure. So officially, the longest match I've ever done was Abu Dhabi gold medal match. I did one in 05 and I did one in 07. And it's a 20-minute match. And the first portion of it is no points. And then the second portion of it, which it keeps going, it flows all the way through 20 minutes, is for points. But one of the greatest things that you really find out is who has more cardio and who has a greater will. Now, you're also able to, if you can really stay calm and under control, keep your breathing under control and not blow out your arms. Like, don't dive on anything that you have to force. Then you can really increase your longevity within the match, which is super key, especially if you got somebody that's just as good as you.
So 20-minute match ADCC rules, right? It's a little different because you have the points. You've got the 10 and 10. So like a sub-only match, like how are you approaching it? Like, are you willing to like when do you decide to commit? Like, are you ever gonna just try and burn out a choke? Like, hey, I think I might have this, or are you always trying to play it safe with your gas tank?
I would have to, me personally, I would have to have something really tight or really locked on before I just clamped down and decided to go for it. In my first match with I can't remember the girl's name. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I had a guillotine, but I know that I'm not super proficient with guillotines, and I didn't want to gas my arms out, so I just held it until I felt her do something that I could capitalize on a little bit better, and then I moved. So knowing that I wasn't going to just like wrench the guillotine as hard as I could or squeeze it as hard as I could, I knew I was going to have to go on to something else. So knowing your own strengths is half of the battle, and knowing what you're really good at, and also being able to read the defense of your opponent.
How scary is it, like, when you feel that, like, you kind of gassed your arms out here? It's like, let's say, like, Steven, the guy on bottom, he's attacking, like, let's say he's, like, goes for this straight ankle lock really hard, and he ends up gassing his arms out. Like, how scary? Yeah, like, have you ever been there? Obviously, in a fight, I'm sure, where you're just gassed.
Abu Dhabi 05. I think it was like my quarterfinals match. I blew my arms out so bad I couldn't use them. And my coach and old school Boss Rutan were like trying to help me like get my arms back, like massaging the lactic acid out of my arms and stuff. It was crazy. I went on and I did beat my next girl, but then I lost in the finals 3-0, which is just on points.
Who'd you lose to?
Her name was Juliana Burgess.
Okay.
She was Brazilian, from Brazil.
Okay.
And super great chick, super awesome. So I lost on points in Abu Dhabi 2005, which subsequently is the same thing I did in 2007. I lost on points 3-0 to Kira Gracie. So, you know, is what it is. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Until today.
Well, hopefully you can get some PGF gold in your future. Man,
That'd be cool.
That's crazy, though.
And I'm sure I'll see these guys again for sure. This is just super technical. They're both staying calm. They're both looking for the sub. They're resting when they should be resting, and they're going and exploding when they feel something there.
Well, isn't it crazy? Because these two young guys, the opportunities now in grappling. I mean, both these guys have competed all over the country.
It's amazing.
You know, as purple belts, and they've won money. Like,
I love it.
I remember when I first started, that wasn't a thing.
It's
you know?
become a spectator sport. So there is some money in it. Is it super crazy huge money? No, but it's a beginning, and it's so awesome. I love that there's just awesome tournaments and amazing competition popping up all over the country.
Yeah, these guys, we've got Reese. I mean, so basically we've seen Reese, the guy in the red.
Mm-hmm.
He's been on top most of the match, and we see Steven on bottom trying to really get into those leg attacks. It's cool when you see that kind of play out. Just, hey, I'm going to try and pass. Kind of like you're in Claire's match. You know, like, hey, if I can pass your guard, I'm probably going to win.
Yeah, I kind of felt that because I could feel right away that I was stronger. But these kids are fast, so I didn't know if I was necessarily fast, and I didn't want to just power through anything. But once I get past your guard, I have a plan. Oh,
your top pressure was incredible. I mean, your ability to just keep the shoulders pinned and it was just incredible.
It's honestly, that kind of stems from judo. Because in judo, one of your ways to win, besides throwing for a full point, is a hold down. So way back in the day, before a lot of these kids were even born, I was doing a lot of like groundwork in judo, which is very rudimentary compared to what we've got going on today in jiu-jitsu. But I have very heavy top pressure from that.
And judo's changed so much over the years, you know, with the rules, and I mean now it's like the Nuwaza part, you know, in a tournament, you got 30 seconds.
Yes. Yeah, they stand you up really quick if there's any kind of inactivity at all. I'm a second-degree brown belt in judo, and I got that in 1999. The rules have changed so many times since then, it's not even funny. I haven't competed in judo since 2004 nationals.
Steven's in on this outside Ashi, looking for this straight ankle lock.
Nice roll. All right.
He's looking to switch to an outside heel hook. Of all the leg locks, like, which one's your best? Like, which one do you feel like is your best?
Inverted heel hook. I think.
Does that come from like the Boss Rutan, like kind of those days training like for those catch guys? Kind
of, yeah. Like I just, for some reason, I'm able to cross it over. I won an MMA fight with it in 2011, which was completely weird because I did like hardly any leg locks at all back then. But it was just there. And I took it, and I couldn't believe she tapped.
Oh. It's pretty crazy, you know. You had 3 fights with Roxanne Modafari, right?
Yes.
And so Roxanne just retired, you know, and
it's my homie for life.
Yeah, I imagine.
Love her.
I imagine. She seems like she's just the sweetest,
she's
kindest.
She's one of my closest friends. And we fought 3 times.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, you guys figured it out, you know. You can only be friends after that.
Yep.
But yeah, like all the glory to her. She's amazing, and I absolutely love how she came along with the sport. Like, she wasn't left behind. She continued to grow and evolve as the sport changed. And I really think that that's part of why she was around for so long. And she did so well. She was one of the last of us, and it's a real testament to her will and her training and forward thinking that she lasted this long. It was amazing. I love her. I love her career. I love watching her, and I really hope that she continues in grappling. I think she will. For sure. In grappling, she's all about it. She loves it. But for MMA, she's calling it quits.
Yeah, and you can compete in grappling forever, and as long as you tap,
Absolutely. See, I didn't tap a whole lot when I was younger.
Same for me. Same for me. A couple of shoulder surgery later, I was like, okay, let's change the strategy here.
I've avoided surgery so far. I just try to rehab the best I can, but we'll see.
What's the longest match you've ever seen? I mean, these guys have been going for about 10 minutes, and again, it's no time, and they've just been nonstop.
Well, I mean, there's the old school Helio match that was about 2.5 hours. But honestly, in modern times, that was super cool.
That was
right
sick.
on. Here we go. Right on. Let's see what he can do with this. That was sweet.
Oh man, what a back take right there. It's been really cool watching, as the leg locks have gotten better, the counters have, and so you see, you saw Steven right there try and get on the legs, and Reese just hit a counter and took his back off of it.
Yeah, he's doing a great job with controlling the back too.
I loved how you countered in your match the 50-50, how you just passed that arm across and you got that cross face and just mothered.
Yeah, I just had a hold of her neck, and I knew I wasn't going to finish from there, but I wanted to make her a little bit uncomfortable to see where she moved and what she was going to give me. I knew she was going to pop one of the arms out, so I just kind of waited for that, and she did, and went with it. We do a lot of back take stuff too.
Oh, you're bad.
So
The back take.
I jumped on that. I was like, all right, let's see what happens from here.
That back take right there and yours right there, the one that you did against Claire in the finals, are probably the two best techniques today.
Thank you.
It was sick when you stacked her up and then flipped her and took her.
Our gym owner at Triangle Jiu-Jitsu, Brandon Brown, he's a black belt, and he is amazing with back take. So we do a lot of that.
You think he's got this?
This is ridiculous. That's so tight. That's so on. Don't blow your arms out.
He's thinking about it. Yeah, he's got that.
It's maybe not. Don't blow it. There you go.
Man.
There it is. Good job, man. Good job.
Wow.
Super cool.
You've got to love seeing these young guns.
This is going to be the greatest season yet.
Yeah, that 12:45 right
This is the
there.
start to one of the greatest grappling seasons, especially for PGF. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be an honor having you. Is there anything, how can people follow you? Is there any way, anything you want to say to the people?
I mean, thank you for everybody who's supporting me. My two gyms at Triangle Jiu-Jitsu and Gracie Burlington. I'm just continuing on where I'm at, and thank you so much to my Rash Guard sponsors, 753 Warrior Code. Ray, you're awesome. Thank you so much. And you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. And I guess you can see me around.
Hey, well, welcome to the family. You're part of this next season. And Tara, I look forward to seeing more of you.
Thank you so
really
much.
Nice chatting with you.
Awesome chatting.
Awesome. So there we go, guys. Tara Larussa joining us. And, man, we have her and Reese Lefevre as our champions today. Yep. And now we're back. Man.
That sounded like an awesome interview.
Tara's incredible. Yeah, I didn't realize.
She was like, when I was in ADCC. And
when I fought Kira Gracie in the finals.
Yeah,
It's like,
I was like, okay.
I mean, I knew you were amazing. I didn't realize she did ADCC. I mean, obviously MMA,
Yeah.
what she's known for. I didn't realize she was a 2-time ADCC medalist.
You know, what else?
Yeah. Like, wait. Like, and you want to do the PGF? Yeah, it looked amazing. She's like, I watched the past couple of seasons, and I thought it just looked like the coolest show ever. It's like,
Okay.
but I mean, I cannot wait. She looked incredible today. Reese, the back take.
The level.
So,
The
favorite
level
match
has
of the day?
I think probably Matthew Boyles and Noah.
I hear you. I probably give the technical work that we saw from Steven and Reese was just so high level. Both those guys are just studs. That was probably my favorite of the day in the back take. But I mean, the two moments for me were both Tara's back take and Reese's back take. Those are like the go back and study moments. Like, dude, I need to go back and watch that.
So where is Reese from? Where's One Nation?
It's Geo School. It's about an hour and a half from here.
Oh, okay.
So it's in Tennessee.
This is in Tennessee. Mm-hmm. So that's not too bad of a drive.
No.
And you said you think he's already gone to New Wave?
No, I think he's just like going back and forth in training there.
Oh, okay.
You know, like he's going and doing some training there, and then he's coming back. You know, so he'll always be One Nation.
Okay, I
You know.
gotcha. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's great. I mean, the cross training, and that's how you know he's at a good gym. It's like
And people
they
are
allow
okay with
cross-training.
that.
Yeah, like, hey, go learn from down here. Go learn from them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand how a coach could go, no, that's not a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
You shouldn't do that.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Don't go learn from Danaher.
Yeah. That guy sucks. He doesn't know what he's
Nothing good
talking
to
about.
say.
All you need to do is buy a private lesson from me.
I mean, it actually.
I tried to give Tara her brown belt. She wouldn't accept it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to. I said, hey. And she didn't want to become a student.
She didn't want to be your She didn't want to call you sensei.
I know. Disappointing.
Sorry.
Like,
So who is she a purple belt under?
Hoist. She wants to remain. She's like, so many people have tried to belt me over the years. She's like, I want to get it from Hoist. But she's back in. She's back in the game. You know, she said she took about 6 years off. But she's back looking to do SubOnly stuff.
Yeah, I heard her talking about training the legs. So she says she's got somebody good at her gym. Nice.
Yeah, every gym now has that SubOnly
The
guy.
leg guy.
The leg guy. Yeah. So, great match though in the final. Great day of PGF. The future of the PGF, like this is the future of the PGF, right? Like we need these young guys coming out there to putting on a show, and that's what makes the season so competitive.
Can we try to get the commish over here?
Yeah, or whoever. Just throw somebody on here. But there we go, guys. First qualifier down. We got Tara, Larussa, M&A, Legend, and Pioneer in for the women. And then we have Reese Lefevre out of One Nation. Just an incredible grappler. He beat Stephen Dana in the finals. Yeah, day one. Day one down. But I'm getting ready to be joined by the commissioner. Incredible day, right? Absolutely incredible matches.
Yeah. Oh, I know why her mic was cutting out. She's talking into the wrong side. There we go. Figured it out. Had to sit down for 5 seconds.
I'm not the sound guy.
That's a good point.
Just the talent.
All right, so Brandon, what's your first impressions today, right? We had a 20-man and then 3 women jump in. I mean, we have legitimately a true legend and pioneer. Tara.
Yeah, I think she's a silver medalist at ADCC,
Yeah,
right?
she lost to Kira Gracie 3-0. She's a
Yeah.
2-time medalist at ADCC.
Oh, I didn't know she did twice. I
Yeah.
knew that she had medaled, that she silver medaled.
Yeah, she lost in the finals both times.
No way. So we got a
3-0.
2-time
3-0.
ADCC silver medalist in PGF Season 4. I would say that's a step in the right direction.
Incredible grappling today, right? She displayed.
Yeah,
I was
she was
just
super
so
dominant.
impressed.
Super dominant positionally. And she looked to me, she looked like she knew what was going on when Claire was trying to entangle her legs all the time too. So, there'll be some other girls in the season that'll continue to push that and test her modern game. But I mean, you can't question her pedigree and her grappling credentials. She's cream of the crop.
No, I mean, I was joking. I was like, I mean, your first pro fight was 20 years ago. Like, nobody in here had even started training.
Yeah.
Like,
Me included.
Yeah. I've been a black belt 4 years, and still, I'm not even close to 20 years in the game, you know? But that back take she hit in the finals, we saw 2 back takes in the finals, right? Tara finishing with the rear naked choke, and then let's talk about this young stud.
Man, Reese is special, huh?
Special.
He's very, very adept in the leg locks. He's very adept in the leg lock positions. He's incredibly good in his passing. His guard he keeps his wits about him in bad situations. And most importantly, he doesn't really get himself in too many bad situations. Like, he finds his way, good pummeling, good passing, just very impressive. And a finisher.
Yeah.
And he's a finisher.
Well, he's a guy that I've been watching for a while. I'm a huge fan of his. And he's one of those young guys that takes every opportunity he can. If there's an open bracket, he's trying to enter. He's trying to fight. So he's already faced some top-level black belts. He's done a lot of the nationwide tournaments, the finishers of this and that. Now he's a PGF. He's going to be in PGF Season 4. What do you think, like, looking at him, for this season coming up in October?
Yeah.
I mean, the kid's so young. He's obviously about as dedicated and as passionate as somebody can be.
And he's a handsome little fella, too. He got that star power.
What do you think? Like is Reese a contender for Season 4?
I think so. I mean, just based on what we saw today, I know the quality of grapplers that he beat. I know that Noah's very good. To me, Noah was the most impressive guy that didn't make the final, right? I thought he just looked phenomenal during the course of the day. And, Steven went through him, and then Steven had just a great tournament, but he just couldn't. Reese was, I wouldn't even say a step ahead of him the whole time, but he was just a step sharper in each position, just one tick sharper. So, yeah, I thought Reese was incredible, man.
Yeah, Reese, like you said, he wasn't in any danger. He was just in control of all the exchanges. When he was in the leg exchanges, he was still in control.
Kept his composure, yep. Because there was a couple of positions that they put each other in where I was like, I'm probably tapping to that. Especially in the room, I'm tapping to that. So
anytime we do a PGF, anything, whether it's a qualifier or the season, I'm always reminded of why I don't compete anymore.
Yeah, I'm just trying to not get injured. That's my major goal as a grappler these days.
I swear, man, amen. I completely agree. Favorite match of the day,
Noah versus Matthew.
Yeah. Okay. Noah, Matthew, I was telling the people on the broadcast, like, I wasn't going to commentate Season 4 if he wasn't in it. Like, this kid, he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's really special, I think. And he's still green. So he's still green, but man, he goes after subs. He's not just a positional player. He's not just trying to wrestle. Like, he's a sub hunter too. And I think, there's just something special about the kid's personality and his drive that makes him, he's very energetic, man. And being in the room with him and watching him compete, like, it gets the crowd popping. It always does.
Yeah, so this is the rumor I'd been hearing, Reese is going New Wave full time. So he's making the move out.
Is that
to
a fact?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Jiu-Jitsu Panda, one of the guys.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see the chat there.
I'd been saying it, and then I kind of felt bad because I was like, wait, that might just be, maybe he's just cross-training or going. I know he had been there, but he's making the move full time down to New Wave.
I think that's a strong move for him. I think the gym he's at, obviously, very clearly, those guys have been phenomenal coaches. And you see some of the other products they produce, Tyler, Gio, their coach is an awesome coach. But I do think it's good to move to other spots or to at least to absorb and learn from other mentors. Just like if you're learning the guitar, hey, Jimi Hendrix is your favorite when you start emulating Jimi Hendrix and you get to where you can do everything Jimmy does. But if all you ever do is just play like Jimmy, then you're just a clone, So you got to move on. Now you're trying to be Dave Gilmore. Now you're trying to be Dave Matthews. Now you're trying to be Brad Paisley. And eventually you master a couple of different styles, get a couple of different voices, and your own voice starts to come through. And so I think that's really important, especially for these young guys, while their lives are still at places where they can move and learn and hear other voices that they trust and are competent. I think that's a great move for him.
We got to talk now about the people that have qualified so far. So we've got 24 spots on the male side under 155, and then female under 135. We have 8 spots.
We're doing 12. We're going to actually do 12 women.
Okay, 12. So, who is qualified so far? So we have Tara just on the women's side.
Tara, that's it for the ladies so far. David Evers has the auto invite. Now he may choose not to. He may not use that auto invite, but he has the automatic invitation.
Okay.
Reese now has the auto invitation. Matthew got the first invite. And I'll probably grab a couple of these guys off to the side. I know at least one that I'm going to grab off to the side and invite after this is over. And then that information will start leaking out through the Discord and everywhere else.
So 3 automatic males.
Yes.
Okay.
As of right now, we got Reese, we got David Evers, we got Matthew Boyles.
Okay, I think it's a great start. We have 21 more spots open.
I got 9 more qualifiers because I can't start inviting everybody. You know what I mean? I got who knows what that St. Louis qualifier is going to look like. There's going to be guys there that we probably haven't ever heard of that may come in and bang it out. So I got to keep everything open, and these guys understand that, you know.
Yeah, it was a great start today. I really enjoyed some amazing matches. Next qualifiers win. When's the next qualifier?
You know what? Let me grab my phone right quick and I'll look it up. I should know that. I'm the worst, but I know it's next month. Hang on 1 second, guys.
Yeah.
It's on pgfhome.com, but I can't remember what the date is.
Yeah. So, you guys definitely need to check out. You guys definitely need to check out the qualifiers, and if you're interested in getting involved, the only way through is through a qualifier. So you have to come out, you have to put on a show, you have to be what the PGF's looking for. So definitely check one out. And then, the PGF Insiders are going live after this. So you got Egghead, you got Wallow J, you got all those guys getting ready to go live. They're going to be talking about the PGF. That's probably the best place to get PGF. That is the best place to get PGF news. I was going to say, Brandon doesn't, he'll make posts, but usually the new, if you want first come news, right? The first opportunity at news for the PGF, you got to follow those boys. But we got the next qualifier, 416 in Jacksonville. The Insiders knew. They were like, hey, you should just ask the Insiders. So Jacksonville's next. Okay, and we're going to get Reese on.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm here joined by our champion today, Reese. Reese, first I want to say I'm a huge fan. I've been watching you compete the past couple of years. Man, you're incredibly talented. And first, why the PGF? You obviously saw Gio, one of your instructors, compete last season. But what interests you about season 4?
Man, dude, honestly, so it's I feel like whenever they finally had something for my weight class, I was like, oh shit, man. I mean, Gio went, did it? He went in, he killed it. And obviously, I'm just trying to be like Gio, man. Just trying to get out there as much as possible. So, I mean, my main thing was I see what you guys are building here. It feels like it's gonna be big, and I want to be a part of that. You know what I mean? It gets my name out there more. It helps you guys. So I think it's just all around. It's just nothing but positive.
Well, and Gio can attest to this, but it's the grind, because I've seen you compete at finishers. You've gone up and competed at the Northeast. You've gone and competed and all over the country. But this is a little bit different. This is Kumite style. This is no, man, it's not like a bracket. It's you are going to have 3 matches a night. How do you prepare for that? And as a competitor, you gotta kind of be you got to be fascinated by this opportunity.
Right, yeah. I mean, my biggest takeaways from watching last season in PGF was I feel like there's a lot of ability to kind of skirt the rules, where I'll see people who maybe they don't want to give up any points to anybody else, so they'll try to just kind of circle the whole time, not really engaged. So I think my biggest thing, especially preparing for PGF, is just making sure I'm pushing the pace, you know. Obviously, this is a little bit different. It's just the qualifiers. It's different rule set where I don't have to worry about points. But, man, when it comes time to points, I think you're going to see me be a bit more aggressive for sure. Just focus on pushing the pace because, like I said, you know what I mean? It's like it's super difficult to try to finish somebody that's not trying to do jiu-jitsu. So I'm just going to make sure next time I come out here for the actual PGF, I'm going to be going in, you know, trying to hunt the submissions, making sure nobody can run away. If they're trying to run, I'm going to come on top. You know, I think that's the biggest answer. That's the biggest things I've taken away from PGF is just making sure I'm coming out there being aggressive, looking for the finish.
We saw points were hard to come by last season, you know.
For sure.
It was tough, man. People, you know, like really good black.Ane Leake's a really good black belt. He's competed again all over the country.
That was crazy.
You know?
I was not expecting that.
I know. He didn't even make the tournament.
Yep.
And a lot of guys had tough times, you know. The strategy is, right, just like you got to take points wherever you can.
Right.
But big rumor, you know, I've talked to, you know, some of your teammates and stuff, and they say you're moving to New Wave. You're moving out to Austin, and you're going to be training there full time.
Yeah, man. So actually, April 8th is the official date that I'm like moving out. So it's kind of a big change for sure. I mean, I love Tennessee. I love the jiu-jitsu community around here. If I could stay, I would, but I think that there's just more opportunity for me out there. So I'm going to go try and make it out there, you know. Obviously, I hate leaving my team. I've been there. I've literally trained with nobody else but them since I've started jiu-jitsu. I had like one gym that I was there for a couple months and they closed, so I have always trained with Gio and Cliff and all those guys down there. So it's definitely kind of sucks. It's like a yin-yang situation, you know what I mean, where it's like it's good, but it also sucks. But I also wanted to make sure I'm still competing in the PGF, you know, like locally around Tennessee. Obviously, this is much bigger than just Tennessee, but it's local, it's close to me, so I'm planning on flying back down here so I can do the PGF. And I wanted to make sure, you know, I got my spot. I was like, man, if I don't make it in, you know, it is what it is. But I honestly believe that I would be sitting here talking to you right now, you know, just visualizing all that, making sure that I'm coming out here putting on shows, stuff like that.
Yeah, and you know, you had a really tough finals match against Stephen Dana. It's no time limit, and you guys put on the best match in the SGC when the SGC was partnered up with the PGF at the finale, and he ended up edging you out, and he ended up winning that match.
Right.
So this is a rematch. Going in to face Stephen, I mean, you guys had a match. He's beaten you. What was kind of the strategy going in? No time limit?
I was ready, man. I've been looking forward to that match all week. I knew I seen Steven was in there. I was like, all right, I'm going to beat Steven. That's my goal. Like, if I face him, my goal is to beat him. I don't care how I do it. I want to beat Steven. And I was so glad to hear. I didn't know that there was going to be no time limit rule for the finals. So I heard that. I was like, okay, there's no way I'm losing this match. I was just confident. I believed in myself, you know. I was just like, okay, well, you know, like I've felt his leg attacks, you know, they're really good. He gets in super well, but I was like, I can defend him, I can counter, you know, and I actually didn't even finish him with the leg. Like I was able to take his back there at the end. But yeah, man.
Your composure and just the control. Me and Brandon talked about it. Like in that match against Steven, like while he was entangling your legs, you still were in control. You were composed the whole time and waiting for your opportunity. And again, Steven had an amazing day today. He's a really, really talented grappler.
He killed it,
you just were just a level better today. You know, that back take. Let's talk us through that back take. How did you end up taking his back?
Yeah, man. So, obviously in last PGF season, you've seen Gio hit a lot of back takes off of leg lock entanglements, you know. So, I had seen him reach for my legs a couple times, right? So, I knew that he didn't have a whole lot besides his leg lock game. Like, it felt very one-dimensional. I knew what was going to happen. He was going to try and finish me with the outside heel hook. Like, it wasn't even inside. He did switch to it a couple times, and they were pretty dangerous. Like, in the very beginning, he got in really close. I just seen him try to go over my leg a couple times, and as he shot his hips up, his hips came up, and I was able to push on his hips, clear my knee, and that's when I dove for the back and rolled through. And I got to his back, and I was controlling pretty well. I was like, okay, he's not getting out. And then I went for the choke, and I had some doubt. I went for it. I thought he was going to slip out. I really did. And then I stayed on, and that's the longest I've ever had to hold a choke before in my life. He was just such a tough dude. I felt like my details were there, you know, and I got the finish. So.
Yeah, he was pushing on the elbow, and I was like, is he going to – there's no way. There's no way. And then you got the tap, and, you know, it's cool. You know, Gio wins the Decatur Qualifier. Right. You win the Decatur Qualifier.
Yes, sir.
Now,
yes,
you're
sir.
in season 4. You're part of the family. What can you say? Like, first, one last question for you. What's next for you competition-wise? Again, your guys all over the country. I know ADCC trials is probably the one.
Yeah, man. So it's this is actually the last thing I'm gonna do before trials. So trials is at the end of this month. Just finishing up PGF here. I wanted to come down here, test myself, make sure that I'm feeling as good as I think I am. And after that, I mean, that's what I wanted to do. Come down here, test myself, make sure I'm ready for trials. And I felt good. I feel like it's gonna be a little bit different at trials just with points and stuff. But as far as like submission game, I felt good.
Well, we're going to be rooting for you. Again, huge fan. Your jiu-jitsu is beautiful to watch. How can people follow you? And, just like where can people follow you? And anything you want to say to the people?
Yeah, so you guys can actually follow me at Reese_BJJ, because Reese is BJJ, on Instagram, and then just Reese Lefevre on Facebook, all that good stuff, guys. That's about it for me. Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys having me on here, man. I look forward to it. One Nation Jiu-Jitsu, what's up? Ryan Coleman, Big John, I know y'all watching.
Yeah, there we go, man. Our champ, Reese.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, thank you, sir.
So there we go, man. The champ. I cannot wait. When I saw Reese and Stephen Dana in there, I kind of figured they were the two favorites to get to the final. And like I said, at the SGC, I felt they put on the best match. And they got to settle it, no time limit. And that's one of those, that's when no time limit matches, everything goes right. Both guys go after it. It was super entertaining. I mean, what a great day for me. I mean, I'm joined by my favorite person, Lindsay. Me and Lindsay get to commentate these incredible matches. And then I'm joined by a legend and Tara for the finals to watch that go down. Oh, man, it was so good. I mean, what Brandon's creating, him and Keelan, those guys are geniuses with the NFTs and just everything they've got going on. So, man. But here we go. We're getting ready to be joined by one more guy here. So, we got a fan favorite.
Hey, man, you got to get on to Reese about leaving all this sweat on. I'm just playing. I'm joking around.
Dude, if anybody's had Reese's sweat, nobody's probably had Reese's sweat on him more than you as the coach. And that's one of the... Anyways. Let's skip past that and go into your student's performance here, right? You have Reese come out here. He did what you did. Came to the Decatur qualifier. Pretty big bracket. We had 20 guys in here. He's facing a guy that just beat him a couple of months ago in Stephen Dana. How did you prepare Reese for, you'd just been through the PGF. How did you prepare him for this qualifier?
So all of everything that he did was on his own time. So he went back and studied, and I would say probably right after the match that him and Steven had, he went back and studied that match, and just, I was going to say everything that he did was just on him. So I was just a training partner there for him, and yeah, man, all credit goes to him too.
Oh, he was absolutely incredible today. And he used a back take that we saw from you in Season 3, right? Just attacking the legs. And it took him, it was a 12-minute match. But, seeing that back take right there, that was all, that's a Gio Ortiz back take,
Yeah, dude. So everyone, after Season 3, when I got back home, literally we worked on that back take for the entire week because everybody was asking about it. And as you guys saw it there, it works. And so yeah, man, it was just vintage Gio out there, but at the same time, like I said, he puts in the work, he puts in the time, and me and him just do situational rounds and those kind of scenarios. So that's what helps out a lot.
Well, the kid is absolutely incredible. The sky's the limit for him. But let's talk a little bit about you. What's next for you? What you got any competitions coming up? You got anything?
Yeah. So less than a month or a little over a month, I got trials coming up.
Okay.
So that's literally my priority right now. Putting on a little weight, not as much as I expected to put, or not as much as I wanted to put, but yeah, definitely gonna be ready for trials.
77 or 88?
77 for sure.
Okay. So how much do you cut to make that 170?
So for the one back in November, I cut about 16 pounds. This would probably be an easier cut just because I'm sitting in the mid 70s right now. So it shouldn't be that hard.
Okay. Going into trials, right? I know you and Reese are both competing. How are you guys been training for that? And you're coming off of an incredible trials run, right? You won a couple of you won 3 matches, and then you faced the champion Cade Rutolo.
Yep.
So, what's the goal this time?
So definitely make. So my goal last time when I left trials was to work on my wrestling, I didn't really work on it this last PGF, as in like throughout my matches, just because I don't know if anybody really knew this, but I had actually hurt my knee in that very first match with Randy Roden, and so I did not plan on playing on bottom or on top as much as I did. So I played on bottom, but either way, I didn't want to stand up as much because of how bad my knee was bothering me. So yeah, definitely my wrestling was something I definitely wanted to improve, just because I think I could have done a better job standing up with Cade and all of that. And just in general, in the ADCC rule set, you just have to have that bit of wrestling, because you can go all 6 minutes, nothing happens. You got to stand up. You can't immediately take the penalty, because again, it's not ideal.
Yeah, and what's cool, man, is like the PGF, as it continues to grow and we get more and more alumni, it's like this big family, and I always find myself rooting for, and I always did. I've always been a fan of One Nation, the guy you got, from the first time you guys came down and competed at a little in-house tournament here, and I've followed you guys. So it's so cool seeing Reese kind of continue this, and the jiu-jitsu you guys are producing out of there with Cliff Fonseca and obviously you and a couple of you other guys is just world class. So, man, you guys are killing it.
Yeah, I do appreciate it, man. And I want to say this real quick too, because I'm definitely, if you are not jumping in on these qualifiers, if you're a competitor and you're listening to this and you're watching this, if you are not jumping on these qualifiers, whether you're a female or male, you're really missing out an opportunity to throw your name out there. PGF has done a lot for some of these up and coming athletes. So guys, like seriously, like, jump in on this. This is something that you guys will not regret. All right.
It's a crazy opportunity, right? I mean, you get a week of matches. So regardless if, sometimes you fly out. You've done it. I've done it. You fly out. Sometimes you get one match, you know. I remember I had a match in New Jersey, and it was the worst match ever. I fought this guy from Unity, and it just was the most boring. I just felt like I wasted money. I wasted, he just ran the whole match. It was one of the most boring matches ever. Where this, even if you have one of those matches, you got 11 more opportunities.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, man. Like, people will pay, and I don't mean to bash. I don't think I'm bashing companies. I think this is just reality. People will pay $120 to go compete in IBJJF and have one match, and that's it. But people won't pay, $120 to do a tournament that's going to actually put your name out there and actually cares about their athletes. So, I mean, like I said, I feel like it's a huge opportunity missed for those that aren't taking advantage of it, for sure.
What's the heaviest you would compete in at the PGF rule set? Because Brandon's talked about, I think 55, at least right now, is probably the lowest we'll go for the male. I think next will probably be 185. Could we see you in a 185 PGF?
For sure. If I was talking about it with Tyler and Cliff a little bit on when I came back home, is that obviously the goal is to win 77 kilograms for the trials, but
100%.
If it doesn't work out in my favor, I'm definitely looking to bump up, probably get up high into the 200 range, and then probably look to cut down and make 185 my normal cut. So but yeah,
it's funny, I feel like there used to be most opportunities were small guys, but now we're starting to see more and more that 185, 205, those are kind of, I guess, Gordon with him being the top grappler right now. Heavier guys tend to get more opportunities.
Absolutely. I mean, you got guys, you see Marigali's now jumping in and doing the no-gi now, and like I said, time is changing now, man. And everybody has access to everything. Game's changing up, so I think everyone everyone's gonna be entertaining in their own way. So it's not, strictly just smaller guys have a faster pace match, and the bigger guys have maybe a slower pace match. But I feel like I said, everything's changing up, and so I think that's what's making this all exciting.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well, how can the people follow you, continue to follow you, and anything you want to say?
Yeah, so guys, if you're looking to follow me and my school, so at One Nation Jiu-Jitsu for Instagram. If you're looking for me on Instagram personally, it's relentless.triangles. Guys, and like I said, I can't tell you guys enough. If you guys have a chance, go to one of these qualifiers, get in there, and again, it's good for you, right? If you're looking to be a competitor and do this full time and you're trying to get your name out there, get in on these qualifiers, male or female.
Well, Gio, always a pleasure talking to you. We will be rooting for you at ADCC trials. I hope that you have the best day of your life there.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, guys. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, so there we go, man. One of my favorite dudes that's ever done PGF, Gio Ortiz, and it was so cool seeing his student come out and just dominate, man. Reese I'm telling you, man, I'm learning more from like kids these days than I am like adults, guys that are under the age of like 22. I've been watching Mika and the Rutolos and Reese and Kolabate, and it's just incredible. I absolutely am just enjoying jiu-jitsu right now more than ever. So, yeah, I don't know. Are we done? Is that it? Oh, wait, okay. Never mind. We got one more here coming in. We got one of the fan favorites here. We got Caleb McAllister.
The commissioner told me to come by.
Yeah, dude.
What's up, guys?
Here we go, man. We got Caleb McAllister. He came down with one of his students, and, man, he did absolutely incredible. Like,
thank you.
Jacob coming in, winning one match in a tough qualifier, and second match he has a great match. Like, blue belt. So
blue belt, man. So much better than I was as blue belt. It's not even funny.
It's so funny watching these young guys go out there. And
Getting good, man. Getting good fast.
Insane. So what was the game plan, as a veteran?
Yes.
Like, how did you prepare him for this qualifier?
Well, it's a combination of figuring out what his opponents do well and how to adjust to not give them the setups that they're looking for, while also recognizing what he does well and not, you got to dance with the girl that brung you. He's got to do what he does well. Like I always love the Marcelo Garcia line, when people ask, aren't you afraid that people are going to worry about just stopping guillotines and arm drags and that kind of stuff? And he's like, well, no, because there's no way that they can practice defending it as much as I practice hitting it. So as a coach, I got to find the balance between what does he do well and shove it down their throats, and what do they do well, and let's not obviously fall into that. And he did a really, really good job of that. I was proud of him. We knew Steven Dana was going to be one of the favorites to win the whole thing, and obviously he showed out, but for a blue belt, man, he gave him a really tough match. It was back and forth. It gave him some good offensive looks. Hit a great rear naked choke in the first match, so I was really proud of him.
He looked incredible. He did
Thank
well
you.
with Steven, because Steven and Reese especially,
Yes.
of the guys that were here, I was like, those are kind of like, those guys can compete on a national level.
100%.
They're very, very, very good purple belts.
100%.
And so Jacob coming out here getting to have that match, what's the plan? So, how are you going to help him improve? I'm always fascinated with coaches, from what you saw today, what's going to be the game plan when you get back home?
Well, obviously, he still needs a little polish on his leg lock defense. He did a good job of, I think it was 5 or 6 that he survived, but he wasn't clearing his knee line. So it doesn't do any good to survive it and then just give him another shot at the exact same thing. So we need to build on what he's doing right, which is, the heel slips are looking pretty good. We need to clean him up a little bit, but overall, he's doing some good stuff there. But you got to make him pay taxes on that. If you slip the heel, you can't just let him get another bite on the heel again. So we need to polish that up a little bit. And they get one shot and then they pay for it. They don't get 5 shots in a row. But hey, he's a blue belt, man. He's got things to work on, but he's making fantastic progress. I mean, you give him 5 years, he's going to be world class. It's going to be incredible.
Oh, I believe it. And the PGF, it's like, if you're willing to compete in a Kumite style, it just kind of shows as a competitor, that, anybody can go do a one-man IBJJF bracket.
That's true.
You come and you see 20 guys listed, and not even that, just knowing what comes. Like, if you win, you got 3 matches a day for a week.
Yes.
Dude, you've been there.
tough
You did it with a
prospect.
broken rib.
That's what I hear.
How's the body feeling?
Improved. It's funny, oddly enough, the only thing that I really can't do at all still is run. I don't know why. For some reason, that is just absolutely excruciating still, but I can do most other stuff and, adjust a little bit. I'm still rolling. I'm still training, lifting, all the stuff I need to do. Got ADCCs coming up in a few weeks, so I'll be ready for it.
Dude, you're an animal, dude. I have a broken hand right now, and I'm just like, dude, the thought of doing ADCC, I'm like, nah. But
You've competed out there with injuries plenty of times. You know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what it's like.
I hear you. But I think those days for myself are at least over. But
You've earned your glory.
Caleb, man, I got to say, man, watching you coach, when we were up at Finishers, listening to you coach there, and then obviously today, it's amazing.
Thank you
have
so much.
Such a calm and just direct. I love listening to just the direct, and especially with calm. The coaches that yell and are screaming and just giving random instructions. All of your instructions are so clear.
Thank you.
What's just a tip? How do you develop that as a coach?
Well, it's a combination of things. You're absolutely right. It's easy to get excited as a coach. I mean, we're all keyed up, and it's nerve-wracking. But at the same time, your athlete is plenty keyed up. They don't need you to hype them up. With a few exceptions for some personalities, but most of the time, like you said, they need you to calm them down, keep it very methodical, relaxed. This is the exact same thing you've done in the gym hundreds of times before. Just do what you know how to do. As far as how I kind of developed that, it's mostly from studying people that I thought were really, really good coaches and really good cornermen. starting in MMA, you know, Greg Jackson was always a favorite of mine. I thought he was an incredible cornerman, always, like you said, very calm, very simple. You know, Ryan Hall, I think, is very good that way. Sean Applegate is extremely good that way. I like the people that are methodical and simple. It always annoys me when I see coaches say, get out of there, or posture up. I'm like, if they could, they would. They don't know how. It's your job to explain how you need them to do what you want them to do. You need to keep your instructions much simpler, much more down to earth, and then you can adjust it to the athlete that you're dealing with.
So after the competition days, is like full-time coaching, you think, something you go into?
Yes, but I don't think that's anytime soon.
Oh, I know.
I love being a competitor too much, even though I do wear two hats as a full-time coach and a full-time competitor. And yes, that is a bit of a challenge. It feels like herding cats sometimes. I love it, on both sides, and it's incredibly rewarding, and I want to continue to do both to the absolute best of my ability for as long as I possibly can.
Well, what I know there's been talk maybe of you possibly like coaching a team this next season, or are you going to be involved in season 4 in any way?
Yeah, we've had some talks along those lines. It'd be a blast to be involved like that. If that's what the commissioner wants me to do, I'd love to contribute in any way that I can. I really believe in what he's doing with the PGF. I think it's great for the sport. I think he and you and Lindsay and Keelan and everybody that are involved in it do such an incredible job, and anything that I can do to contribute, I'd be happy to do. Well,
you're obviously one of the fan favorites. You've had incredible seasons.
Thank you.
And I got to say, it would be an honor having you involved in season 4 in any way. But even if it's just with one of your students, that would be just as good as well.
I appreciate it, brother.
I really think, it was just so cool seeing Gio's student Reese win.
Yes.
He won that qualifier, and now his student won the qualifier.
Yes.
And I'm really excited for that. But last thoughts, how can people follow you? And obviously, next is ADCC, that's the next one?
That's the next one. Yeah, I decided to probably it'd be smart to take a few weeks to let things heal. So I'll be at ADCC in Vegas in a few weeks. If you want to get in touch, Instagram's probably the best way to do that. Caleb McAllister Official. I have some other pages, but Instagram is definitely the easiest way to get a hold of me. Love to hear from anybody that I've met or that has followed me in the PGF.
Yeah, well, again, you're a fan favorite, such a fan, brother.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
That's my dude, Caleb McAllister, man. This guy did great. Dude, I'm telling you, I got a broken hand right now, and I just can't imagine competing. And this dude competed with a broken rib. So I'm like, oh, man, I can definitely tell my competition days are over. Because I'm not trying to compete on any injuries, let alone doing a season like the PGF. That's crazy. But, yeah, guys, I think that's it for today. I think we're going to end this broadcast. Absolute pleasure as always providing you with the PGF. The PGF it's on its way to becoming something really, really special. There we go.